field, 2-minute drill, highlight reel. Let's review, what's the deal, okay? Watching footage going out of control. Buckle up, we got an hour to go, so let's go, that's straight heat. Ain't no chillin' around here, back to back, Nat Chimps, how we feelin' around here? Got my whole squad in the building around here. If my name ain't on it, then I really don't care. Come on. 3-point stance, we advance. Ball in my hands, I don't take no chance. Touchdown dance, that's my jam. No hot takes, this is nothing but rants. Nothing but rants. Nothing but rants. Nothing but rants. The beat on the beat, hey. Yeah.
Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, to MBR, or as we like to call it around here, Nothing But Rants, the show where I find topics that I'm oddly passionate about and I pontificate upon them. These are not hot takes, but rather takes that I'm hot about. What's up? You really like that?
Let's shut up and grind some tape.
What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome in to the Film Guide Network on a fabulous Tuesday evening here inside the studio. We have another loaded show for you guys, as we typically do when we go live at 8 o'clock. We're going to bring it to you slam-packed for a good 2 solid hours here on the network. We got recruiting check-ins. Internet tells us that you guys actually somewhat care about recruiting, at least some of you programs that are on hot streaks. We're going to talk about a lot of you guys tonight, specifically a deep dive on one team in particular, and then we're going to continue this series for however long it seems necessary or seems likable from the audience, all right? We've got crypto in college football. I don't have my watch on, but I feel like we're hella late for crypto plays, but here we are. We got crypto in college football. We also have more Bryce Underwood slander to address. We didn't talk about it last night, so we're going to talk about it tonight. I got a sneaky suspicion yours truly is going to get coldest taked at some point on some Bryce Underwood takes from last year. Jonathan, you were in the studio. We fell in love with some Central Michigan tape that we probably learned some lessons on. We'll talk about that tonight. We also have much, much more as we usually do. Make sure you're liking, subscribing, telling a friend. It's important to tell a friend about this place. I think that's the most important thing in that like, subscribe, tell a friend thing. Yes, of course, we want you to subscribe. But odds are, if you're listening to this on a live stream right about now, you're already subscribed. You're one of the homies. I need you to recruit others. All right, we're going to be talking a lot about recruiting tonight. I need you to go recruit some new homies and some new subscribers on this platform. Let's start tonight actually with Todd Monken, shall we, gentlemen?
Let's do it.
Now, you might be asking, why would we be talking about Todd Monken on a college football podcast or college football live stream? Well, he was talking about Brennan Sorsby today because Brennan Sorsby is obviously going to be most likely entering the, what's that thing called? The supplemental draft. NFL draft. All right, not very many. I stumbled on the name because I can't tell you. Terrell Pryor's the last guy I remember even like being involved in a supplemental.
I don't.
It's been forever since this type of thing has been involved with a high profile name. Here we are with Sorsby. Monken was asked about it at a golf tournament today, and I thought his response was really revealing. And it seems to me, and I was telling the boys this, you guys tell me, chat, do you think Todd Monken knows a little bit more about this story than maybe we've been led on to believe? Here are the quotes. When asked, are you interested potentially in Brennan Sorsby in the NFL supplemental draft, Todd Monken said, quote, not at all. That's not even come across my desk, Monken said via Daniel Ayufusi. Sorry, Daniel, if I mispronounced that name over on, he's a Cleveland beat reporter. He said, quote, I don't think we're in a position to want to go down that road. That's my opinion, not the GM Andrew Berry's opinion. I like the quarterbacks we have. I think that's a slippery slope to go down that road, irrespective of talent, he said. The terms of the situation he's put himself in, we all know he's put himself in that situation. We've seen this in other sports with players that have been banned for life from playing professional sports. I think that's a slippery slope to go down that road. Again, that's a question for Andrew Berry and for management. But from my end, kind of a tough angle to go down that road and think that that's going to be your franchise quarterback if he's ever eligible to play in the NFL. Do you think there's a potential that Brendan Sorsby might not be able to play in the NFL? Because Todd Monken thinks there might be that possibility.
There's certainly a possibility of that where the NFL looks at it and goes, oh, this is a guy with a gambling problem. Like, say what you want about the NFL. They've been very consistent in protecting the integrity of the game in the fact of if you're gambling on it or if you have any ties to that, you typically don't have a very long career in the NFL. So it would make sense that they don't want to touch this case or touch this. I do think it's also worth noting, though, that Todd Monken is in the midst of a quarterback search of his own.
Correct.
So you probably don't want to stir any pots when addressing this. So, yeah, I understand why he's shutting it down completely and being like, hey, I don't know anything about whether he's going to be eligible or not. That's a slippery slope for us. Like, if this was, I don't know, maybe another team that has a quarterback situation that's probably set in stone, it might get a different answer. But at the same point, it certainly doesn't look good for Brendan Sorsby.
Yeah, it had never crossed my mind, Kirby, that his NFL eligibility might be up for potential problems. That never crossed my mind. The idea that his career in college football was done, I put that out in my mind immediately the moment this story kind of came out. But the idea that the NFL's like, we may not touch you, or if that's real, it sounded that just the idea that he put it that brazenly, like he may not ever play in the NFL. An NFL head coach, one of 32 guys, saying that. Was made me believe that maybe this is a lot worse than we think.
I mean,
I hope not. I hope not.
Like, based on a quick Google search that I just did, I don't think that there's like anything that he did during college could not cause him to be held ineligible in the NFL, since they're two separate entities.
There's no rule saying he can't.
Yeah, there's no crossover where it's, oh, you got ruled ineligible for gambling in college. Well, that means you're also ineligible in the NFL as well. I think it would more so maybe just be a select opinion from Roger Goodell to say, hey, you need to handle all of that first before we let you come play.
It's a league kind of known to blackball every once in a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a league to kind of collectively say, hey, boys, we ain't touching that one.
Definitely.
Oh, that might happen. It might be one of those situations.
But I do think that this is one of those classic situations, and this is part of every line of work. I think the talent might outweigh what we got going on. I think somebody's going to have to jump on this one anyways because he is that good. Sorsby's a really, really good quarterback. I think that's the thing that the side topic about this storyline that keeps getting, I think, not overlooked, but we don't talk about it. We just make jokes about the gambling, and then we move on with the topic. Most people do. The internet definitely does. But this kid was going to be a top 5 quarterback in college football this year, which meant he was probably going to be like a top 45 pick in the NFL draft, which means if he's available in a supplemental, he's going to draw interest. And one of 32 guys basically saying like, hey, I don't know if I don't even know if he's going to be able to play. That's crazy to me. Mm-hmm. And again, never once had kind of weighed into my mind as a potential here.
Yeah, I would definitely want to hear what Roger Goodell or someone with higher up has to say about this.
Yeah, this was Monken at a golf course.
Yeah,
and I forgot to say this about him for those who don't know. And I'm sorry to cut you off, and I always do that to you guys, and I need to get better about it. But if you don't know Todd Monken is like 1 percentile for a guy who's going to say exactly what he's thinking at that moment. There's no curtailing any opinions or thought processes from him. Go ahead.
And I'm sure up to that point, Todd Monken had put very little thought into the Brendan Sorsby case. Yeah. Like, this is definitely, like, if Roger Goodell comes out and is like, listen, we don't know if this kid's ever going to be able to play, that's a completely
or even thing. If he says we got to look into it, that's probably cause for concern.
But at the same time, like, he could be eligible, and like you said, this could just be 32 organizations look at this and go, yeah, we're good. It's not worth it. We don't want to deal with any of this. We know your past, so it's unfortunate, but it's the road he paved.
If he was gambling on his own team and taking unders, because the most recent reports, I guess, said that he had taken some unders at Indiana when he was playing, and he claimed that he didn't know about any of those, but they were registered to his account. So, I believe that was the latest report.
Well, considering the era of Indiana football that he played in, at least he was a smart gambler.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, the gambling stuff is going to get addressed now. I think we've already had cautionary tales, particularly at Iowa State. I mean, Iowa State had like 15 guys get caught up in this stuff across multiple sports. You would think the seminars would have already been had, but now we're definitely going to have them. The SEC announced this week that all of their member schools are going to have to go through seminars with all of their athletes, not just the football players. So, yeah, man, I didn't realize, again, I know I keep repeating this, but at this point, it was like kind of like the Norvell story last night. I've reached the point of like, damn, I feel real bad for this kid. Like if we're getting to the point where our lifetime NFL future might be impacted by this, oof. That hurts.
I don't know if
that hurts the tummy.
It sucks for him. Like you hate that for him. I don't know if I feel bad for him. Like you brought this on yourself, dude. Like it was what, like 2,900 bets placed, something like that. Like
yeah.
You did this to yourself. It sucks that it has ruined your career.
That was Monken's standpoint.
Yeah.
He put himself in this situation.
Correct. Like, this isn't like something where you were caught in the crossfires of some other scandal that was taking place and you just didn't know and it ruined your career. Like, you made these choices and it has now impacted you. So, you got to live with that. That sucks for you, but I don't feel bad for him.
Anything?
No. I mean, I'm kind of sharing the same sentiment that Kirby does. Like, it's an unfortunate situation, but it's your own consequences of your own choices.
Eric Weddle doubled down today. Was on the same podcast this one's different. He was on a Colorado-based podcast with, I guess, a guy that he played with, and made the original comments about Bryce Underwood, saying that not very good. Wouldn't be surprised if he's beat out. Wouldn't be surprised if he's benched. Then went on again today with, I think, Coach JB's podcast and confirms the similar sentiments. Was like, basically said that he was asked what stood out when he was at Michigan, and the thing that stood out most was the fact that the quarterback was not very good. And the quarterback didn't play the position like quarterback should. He even went on to say in the most recent clip that, and I think we mentioned this maybe pre-show, Eric Weddle has a son who is a safety prospect but also plays quarterback in high school. And Weddle said today in the recent podcast, a recent clip, that Bryce Underwood did things in both of those games and at the practice availability that he had been at, or the practice he was at as a recruit and a parent of a recruit, that he would bench his own son for in high school. He's like, my guy, he said, my son would lose his job if he did some of this stuff that Bryce is doing in college. So he doubled down. And look, I'll tell you this. I haven't heard many good things out of Michigan about the development of Bryce.
Yeah.
And like I said, I'm going to be a guy that gets freezing cold take, rightfully so. It's one of my worst recent takes, and I learned a lot from it. You can't just watch the 25 clips against Central Michigan where he doesn't have to do the things that are hardest most at the position, which is get to a second read and layer a football. Those are the two things it sounds like he cannot do. It sounds like he cannot get to a second read, and it sounds like he cannot layer the football. And that's going to be bad. Like our footwork's consistently not good. It deteriorated as the year progressed. But I think we also mentioned how crazy it was, the idea that, Kyle Whittingham said they didn't have a day-to-day position coach last year for this guy. This guy was a 19-year-old in college playing his first year of football, and they didn't have anybody responsible for his day-to-day coaching and development. Like, that kid's never going to have a good run at it, And he went 9-4 last year, and honestly, in the games in which they didn't take away primary reads and just kind of let him be an athlete, first read merchant, they were 9-4. They lost to good defenses and good football teams, and that's normally when these issues arise, right? Like the moment he was playing Oklahoma, it looked like it was overwhelming for him, and all the remaining quality defense they played, it looked overwhelming for him. But there's not a lot of positive momentum here, not a lot of positive buzz around the Underwood situation.
Yeah, and this is when it should be at its peak. Like, this is when Bryce Underwood hype should be entering, not getting to its highest level, but it should be a lot more buzz than it was last year, because this is typically a time in a quarterback's era. Like, let's take Arch Manning for an example. Arch Manning, it was at an all-time high before he even took a snap because of his name, but it's really starting to pick up again because we're going into year 2. We got a full year of being the starting quarterback. Everything around us got better, or we are assuming is going to be better. That's what this situation should be like for Bryce Underwood right now. It should be, we got a full year starting under our belt in the Big Ten. We got better pieces around us. It just isn't there. Like, there's not momentum around the offense really at all.
Can I raise a question and a concern if I were a Michigan fan?
Sure.
Who's the best quarterback Kyle Whittingham's ever coached?
That's a great question.
Is it Cam Rising?
That's what I was going to say.
He was after Alex Smith, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Alex Smith is an Urban Meyer product.
Okay, then yeah. Might be Cam Rising.
Now, I know he was at Utah, but it's not like, I mean, they won games. It's not like, I thought they did it off of running the football on defense the entire time there. That might be that's good. We're gonna help balance the football team out.
Yeah, I mean,
for this young quarterback, but I don't know if there's like a huge. This isn't like this isn't a guy they'll go write quarterback whisperer articles about. Is all I'm saying, and all I'm bringing up. And the OC is a guy that people like in the coaching world. The guy they brought over from Utah. So I mean, I just bring that up because there isn't like a long track record of this guy balling out at quarterback.
It's either Cam Rising or Tyler Huntley. Those are the two names.
I mean, solid college quarterbacks, but
for as long as we were at Utah, two names.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't think it's anything to get
By the way,
excited
neither of which ever lit it up.
No.
Right.
I think those are just good, solid college
Definitely.
quarterbacks. I think what I was getting at is basically like the win totals at Utah were never dependent upon transcendent quarterback play. So that's a positive, I guess. But it might be a negative from a standpoint of, is Bryce going to ultimately get that much better? You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I mean, not saying that this is the reason why, but I would also say, I mean, we as a program, that being Michigan, allocated a ton of resources to getting Bryce Underwood to Michigan, and that might be inhibiting our ability to stack the rest of the roster because that's not just me crapping on Michigan's offense, but let's be real. Like when I look at Michigan's offense, we got a 5-star quarterback and we've got a pretty good offensive line. The weapons just really haven't been there.
Yeah, and I mean, it's not completely the reason. Go ahead.
I want your take from last night pre-show that we didn't stumble into.
I'll give that now.
That's what I want.
It's basically like my thought of this is, what is the last high-name, big dollar, this quarterback is here because we paid him tons of money, that has ever worked out in college football?
So the most recent examples of this would be Rayola, Underwood, Lagway.
Imaliava.
Could you include Jaden Rashada in this mix? That didn't actually pan out. He didn't get that money, but he signed at Florida because they promised him the money.
Yeah, I mean,
but Rashada didn't work. Period.
No,
anywhere.
I mean, if you go through and say Jaden Rashada ends up playing at Florida and finishes his career, I don't think it works out. So
yeah.
I'm fine with saying that doesn't work. Like, if you want to put Arch Manning in that category, but I don't think Arch Manning was ever a high-name, high-dollar quarterback. And even to that point, like,
he was a high-name, high-dollar quarterback because his name was real.
Right.
It wasn't a roster high dollar.
Right.
It's not like Texas's rev share is paying Arch Manning. Red Bull's paying Arch Manning.
It also wasn't like, hey, Texas, if you want Arch Manning, you're going to have to fork up $4 million for this kid to even come here. So I don't even put him in that same category. But
that never felt like a highest dollar sweepstakes type of recruitment. We all were under the impression that he is Arch Manning. He's going to make money.
The money will follow him.
He's Arch Manning.
So that's kind of what I'm getting at here is like maybe the recruiting tactic is let's not blow a bag on getting these quarterback recruits because it hasn't worked out for you thus far.
And the more concerning part I would point out is the ones that do work out that you could say did end up working out. It didn't work out for the school that landed and recruited this player.
Correct.
It was for the school that they then transferred to. Like Dylan Raiola's peak of his career probably is going to be at Oregon if he ends up being the starting quarterback there next year. Carson Beck was $6 million last year.
Dante Moore at UCLA.
Dante Moore was at UCLA, at Oregon, now at the peak of his career. Like the schools that land these players, it's not typically the school that lands them. It's when they transfer off somewhere else.
Yeah, I mean, like you can even go back as far as like Quinn Ewers, who we assume was probably a high-dollar prospect when he went to Ohio State.
I'm pretty sure he went to college early for that reason.
Yeah, he had a kombucha deal that he had to get that kombucha money.
Yeah,
remember?
It's like Quinn Ewers.
He had to, I think his rule, he basically had to transfer it. He had to early enroll to Ohio State to get the money because Texas wasn't going to allow him in the high school. And then he had to transfer out of Ohio State because his NIL deals were tied to playing time, and he wasn't about to get playing time at Ohio State.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, again, like no disrespect to Quinn Ewers, like I don't think there was ever a time where it's like, yeah, that deserves to be the highest paid quarterback in college football.
an example of a player who hasn't even played but was there for 1 year, and I don't know what it took for them to get him, but Hassan Longstreet was a 5-star quarterback that committed to USC, transferred out from 1 year, and is probably going to light it up for Lane Kiffin at LSU instead.
Yeah. So, I mean,
They like the kid they signed in 2026, the year after him.
They do, but just again.
Or maybe in place of him. Jonas, I think is his name.
Yeah.
They like him a lot.
yeah. So, I mean, that's kind of just the take I have of, like, these big name, big dollar quarterbacks that come here and the programs brag because, you're just upset that we spent all this money. It hasn't worked out thus far. Like, and again, Bryce Underwood is still in the infancy of his career. Things could turn around, even though there's not a lot of momentum this offseason. Like, he could put together a nice career. That said,
Do we think this is just as much the players didn't pan out, period, or because you spent so much money on a young football player who still needs to develop, you can't spend elsewhere? It's like drafting a great quarterback with no offensive line. You see what I'm saying? Do we think it's a salary, hey, it's too tilted towards the young quarterback who's not good enough, so you're not good enough everywhere else, and it's compounding the issue, or are these guys just bad?
Well, I think one of the bigger problems I would say is that we are setting the floor for these players too high, the floor of their salaries. That
Correct.
is.
Yes.
Like a Nico example, where this guy is making
Oh, my God. How do we leave him off the list?
we mentioned him,
Oh,
but
okay.
Nico, who was making buku's amount of money since he arrived at Tennessee and then has a good year, like a good year with Tennessee, goes to the playoff, and then we got to re-up this puppy. He's like, dude, we're already paying you $4 million or whatever it is. Now you want more. Well, we have a roster to fill. We have players to retain. We simply can't do this, and now he's going to go to another school. So I think that's part of the issue is these players are coming into college without earning anything yet, like proving anything on the field. Their floor is $2 million or whatever. And so when they do perform, when they do go out there and throw for 4,000 yards, well, what do you think the price is going to be then?
Yeah.
Yeah, and also this is a case-by-case thing. I'm not accusing Bryce Underwood of becoming this, but if I was 17, 18, 19 years old and I'd spent the last 24 to 36 months of my life being told by everyone around me how amazing I am, how great I am, how I'm the best that there's ever was, and then I come to college and I'm given millions and millions of dollars, I'm probably not going to be inclined to work on my craft as much.
Yeah.
And again,
especially if I don't have a day-to-day coach.
For sure. And again, I'm not accusing Bryce Underwood or any of the 5 stars of being this, but I think that's also something to take into account, along with all the fact that, hey, 25% of our school's budget on the roster is now going towards me. That probably affects everything else negative around me. So, I mean, it's not a recipe for success is the bottom line. At least it hasn't been up until this point.
Nor is hot box in the locker room. But hey,
yeah, that was
it is what it is. Hey, we've got crypto in college football.
Dude, yeah, this was
This, by the way, feels way late. Is crypto still a thing? Now, I know people are still, but I thought crypto peaked 24 months ago.
Yeah, I mean,
when Dogecoin was a thing.
Well, Dogecoin was way before that, but no, crypto is definitely not.
I feel like my timeline's not filled with guys making millions off crypto anymore.
Well, it's not doing very well right now. I think.
Okay.
I think Bitcoin's below 70,000 at the moment.
So, oof! Yeah. I don't know what that means, but
it's gone. It was at 100,000 a few months ago. So, but no, I think that this is just another way that schools are trying to get money and starting up coins. It is ironic.
Who did this?
It's ironic.
Yeah, it is very ironic.
Why is it ironic?
So SMU has started up a coin, and I'm forgetting the name of it. It is kind of poetic that the
Pony Express coin.
It might be that.
Might even be that actually. The only program in college football history to receive the death penalty for recruiting because they were paying players is now starting up its own cryptocurrency to make money to pay players.
Mustang coin.
The Mustang coin.
Partners have announced an innovative partnership with Creta to launch Mustang coin.
How much is Mustang coin worth? Or it hasn't opened yet, so I don't know. But
yeah, I don't know. It doesn't tell you what it's worth right now. In fact, the link takes you to a PDF.
We love that.
I guess.
Yeah, okay, so this is all kinds of crazy stuff going on.
Not to kind of switch gears a little bit here, but SMU not only did that today, but then they also signed a player that's been in Major League Baseball or affiliated with Major League Baseball for the last 6 years, and now is going to.
He's like 29.
Yeah, was a 5-star wide receiver coming.
I mean, it happens. The Brandon Weed, it's not new.
Arkansas did this a while ago.
There's a bunch of interesting stories because these college programs have now become businesses and they're in search of ways to make money.
Yep.
So some of them are taking some of their endowment or some of their collective money and they're actually investing it in things, trying to double and triple and make more money. They're trying to invest this and, have a come up. Some of them are having come ups. Michigan had I think a multi-billion-dollar come up recently with AI. Sheesh. They took a portion of their endowment. They invested in Google AI or whatever AI company it was, Claude, whatever. Michigan's one of the richest college or football or universities now in the world. All right, because they just got rich off of an investment in their endowment. There's also not so great stories out there recently. I just read up on digital brands.
Oh, yeah.
Unfortunately, I think you got some stock in digital brand.
They're not doing very well.
Yeah, no, you're taking some L's. As are 7 other football programs, including, per reports in Sportico, the University of Georgia, Ole Miss, and I think one other SEC program, Colorado, tied up in the mix as well. These are programs that Alabama, their collective, invested in DGBI as well. Their investment is tied into the stock. The stock, I think what the reporting was, roughly $16 when Alabama bought in.
Yep.
And it is currently what?
It's about 70 cents a share right now.
And still tanking?
Oh, yeah, dude. It was down 2% today.
And I've been told, or at least the reporting is, the buyout clauses are just more stock.
Oh, lovely.
I mean, I guess just hold it and wait. But it's going to take a very steep climb.
Honestly, I my eyes glazed over reading the article, or else we would have done a Brooks read, so y'all don't have to. I mean, it was, again, we have college football programs now on Wall Street, essentially. Some of them losing their ass. And some of them having a come up. Some of them out here absolutely getting buku rich. And then some of them being so broke that they got to go out there and get that private equity money, like Utah. We were just talking about Utah. The Utes sold their soul to a private equity company. Have you seen the recent news about that?
I have not.
I'm sure it's...
Any guesses on the first thing the private equity company did?
I'm sure people are losing their jobs.
Oh, buddy, are they? They came through with hatchets and hand grenades. You gone, like Ari Gold. You gone. I think they tossed 12 people on the first day. Yeah.
Great.
Hey, I mean, it was written on the wall. You could have seen it.
Yeah.
I think we talked about it the moment they announced the deal with the private equity company.
Yep.
Oh, you telling me somebody giving you damn near close to $1 billion over the next 20 years ain't about to come through and cut cost? Yeah, right. It's called a return on investment, and they need it now. They don't need it 20 years from now. They need it now. And that means the bottom line has got to go up. It's got to go up, not down. Some of these athletic budgets, most of which have been operating for the last 30 years as net losers. They've been attempting to be net losers because they have not been for profit. And now we are getting to an era where it's all about profit. It's all about money. It's all about how much can we get. So, yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I spoke my thoughts on this last week about how college programs don't need to run themselves as business. I understand the necessity that is required now because of the fact that player talent has become so much more expensive. At that said, this is bad news. I do not like this at all.
You know what's good news?
I'd love to hear some good news.
Some of these football programs on some come-ups on the recruiting trail, Christian Kirby.
Oh,
some of them are on absolute tears. Some of them are doing some 2022 type recruiting. I'm talking about you, Texas A&M. Texas A&M on a damn heater, brother.
I think
been on a heater. I mean, as we were writing show notes, got another one in 27, and then popped another one in 28. A 4-star edge rusher. A&M is on an absolute heater, number 1 ranked recruiting class on 3. I do want to give a quick rundown because it's not just them. Oklahoma currently with the 2nd overall rated class. Miami in at number 3. Texas Tech in at number 4. Very dependent upon that defensive lineman, Jalen Brewster. If they hold on to him, they're going to stay there. But if schools like Florida flip him or LSU flip him, we're going to see some major differences here. Florida in at number 5. Some are all doing a tremendous job down there in the first year of recruiting. Notre Dame in at number 6. Ohio State in at 7. And then USC at 8. I say then USC at 8 because all 8 of those schools have a 92 or above on the score. They're kind of grouped together with the highest, again, being Texas A&M at almost a 95. Texas A&M has 18 total commits, 5 of which are 5 stars on 3. So here's what we're going to do. Over the next, I don't know, however long this series lasts, we're going to be giving you guys just an overview and a rundown on these recruiting, not rankings, but classes, and just kind of give you an overview on guys we like. We stumbled into this last night. I think somebody stuck around for the local hour, Jonathan told me, and was just
our good friend Bowden's flip phone.
Yeah, and was just saying basically like how envious they were that we don't do this. We don't have the time to do this with other programs. So we're going to knock out some time. We're going to notch out some time over the next, several weeks for some recruiting updates for some of these football programs. Tonight being Texas A&M. All right, I got some notes on this before we go to the board. All right, first of all, 5 five-star commits currently in the class for them, 18 total commits. We're going to watch most of the 5 stars tonight and one offensive lineman that I really, really like that's lower recruited currently for them. The first thing I noticed being a regionally located guy here in Georgia is they've been recruiting the hell up out of this state, for the last 2 years. In 2026, Aaron Gregory, Bryce Perry Wright, Tristan Givens, Carson Baker, all really, really good football players from really, really big programs in this state. I'm talking about Douglas County, Buford. Tristan Givens was at Carver Columbus and won state titles. Carson Baker's at Langston Hughes and won state titles. 2027 in this class, they're signing Kamari Dorsey, probably the best position player in the state in 2027 here. Jaden Upshaw, the wide receiver from Lee County, who's over on the board there for a future pro based off high school recruiting. Like we go do our tour, I only write so many names up on that board. He's one of 4 up there. Jace Johnson, the 2027 quarterback out of Lowndes down there in Elijah Patman out of Northside Warner Robins. The other thing that you notice about the recruiting profiles and the strategies that they got going on, boys, they are recruiting big boy high school football programs. Their commitments are coming from IMG, St. Francis, St. Thomas Aquinas. The quarterback I just told you is from Lowndes. I just mentioned all the big-time programs. They're taking guys out of this state. They're living in Texas as well. The Texas Metros. I'm talking about Houston. I'm talking about Dallas. I'm talking about Fort Worth. All of the big-time high school football programs these guys are signing dudes out of. So it's not just like, hey, Texas A&M just landed a 5-star that plays Timmy and Tyler in the middle of, I don't know, Northeast Tennessee football. No, these are dudes playing dudes that they are signing out there at Texas A&M, big-time high school football places that where, football matters. And I think that helps transitioning into college football because it has to matter, right? We have to play high-stakes football before we go play even higher-stakes football. All right, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to go over to the board and watch some of these dudes. All right, you got them all pulled up for me?
I sure do.
All right, let's do it. So, again, we're going to take a look at Texas A&M tonight, and then tomorrow night, or rather Thursday night, we'll watch another school, okay? Watch another school. Who we got right here? I didn't even look at the name. We have Mark Matthews. All right, so this is the offensive tackle, the 5-star out of St. Thomas Aquinas down there in Florida, okay? He's the right tackle, I would presume.
Yes.
Oh, we got a freak athlete, I can already tell.
Running a route?
No, we might as well be. Look how thin framed our lower half is.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah, and I bet we're already 300 pounds. Oh, my. He moves.
Ooh, not loving
Jonathan, will you
you.
give me the name of the offensive line coach at Texas A&M? I've never watched Texas A&M and thought anything other than, damn, this offensive line is doing a hell of a job today.
Adam Cushing.
Adam Cushing. Shout out to him. He does a good job. I want to go back and look at that last clip and show you the pad level that this SOB is playing with. We get up underneath this dude. We bend in the knee, or the ankles. Yeah.
He's been with Elko since Duke.
Okay. And even those Duke guys never felt like they were ever bad. Yeah, we reached that guy like it was nothing.
Oof.
Mm-hmm. Now this is this an All-American game baller, Jonathan?
Let me see.
Normally, when you're a 5-star number 1 offensive tackle, you go to these events and ball out at those as well. And I'm sure he has.
Yes, Under Armour All-American game and the Polynesian Bowl.
Yep. We are twitched the hell up.
Yeah.
Oh, my God, we move well. Honestly, like some of these down block clips and some of these run clips remind me of Monroe Freeling, who we're going to talk about tonight. Just being this tall, this long, and being able to play this flat-backed and low and in the hip of
He's
defenders.
a road grader for sure.
Yeah, no doubt. And then, I mean, we obviously stay on our feet really, really well as well.
Have we seen any pass pro?
I would imagine in these camp circuits we have Christian.
Yeah.
Even if this dude tried to rush him, I'm going to tell you 44 ain't got a shot in hell.
No. You're getting reached, buddy.
Yeah, Bubba. You're getting done up. All right, so that's Mark Matthews. He's obviously a damn dude. All right.
You said he was a 5-star?
Oh, yeah. All these guys we're watching tonight, apart from the last offensive tackle that we're going to watch, are rated 5 stars. I really like the 6'8"-ish tackle we're going to watch a little bit later. Now, this is Kamari Dorsey. Okay, Kamari Dorsey is from the state of Georgia. I have not watched this, okay, because I just don't want to. Yeah, I've seen this guy in person, and I was telling the guys before, you don't even got to watch the tape. Just go watch him stand and move around in 7-on-7. He's like, I think he's listed at 6'3.5", 205.
Damn.
He's the biggest 6'3.5" you'll ever see. He is so freaky. I've seen him at the Under Armour All-American event. I've seen him in 7-on-7 several times over the last several months. This is probably one of the better safety prospects that's come out of Georgia in the last 5 years. This kid's an absolute.
So this is like Taylor Mays-esque?
In any safety comp you want, I haven't seen the tape. He's built like Cam Chancellor.
Oh, no.
Okay, so let's see what the tape looks like.
Oh, no.
Yeah, he's built like Cam Chancellor. Let's see what the tape looks like. Someone's going to get hit hard here in a second. Yep. Okay.
So calm in that back pedal.
Mm-hmm.
His hips turn really well, too.
We had our eyes on that football the entire time it's in the air. And never broke stride once. And caught it over our right shoulder. Are we cribbing?
Oh, for sure. Nah.
We know he can play deep safety, huh?
For sure.
Take that one away. So they're going to have him and the Arrington kid for at least 2 seasons?
Yeah.
Okay. That'll be fun. It'll be interesting. Oh, and they have another 5-star corner in this class, too, that we're not going to watch tonight, Jonathan, because we
Correct.
don't watch a lot of corner tape. Oh.
You would think with a frame like this, he would be playing closer to the box, but, I mean, he's obviously more than capable of being a center field guy.
Yeah, I guarantee you Under Armour tweeted out his metrics. I think he was like 6'3.5", 205, ran somewhere in the sub 4.5s in the 40, verted over or 37 inches or something like that, and broad jumped over 10 feet. So we're an NFL body already.
This is wide receiver rep?
Yeah. We're cribbing. So casual. Oof.
Jeez.
Yeah, we are significantly better than everyone we're playing. Now we're in the nickel.
Filling a run lane here. Here we go.
Boom. So maybe not Cam Chancellor.
No, he's not close
Maybe
enough.
not Cam Chancellor. So we have to find another 6'3.5", 205 center field safety. Do you have one of those?
Was that not Taylor Mays? Or was Taylor-
No, Taylor was a big stick in college. Hello, as we say that. I'm honestly thinking maybe chat's gotten to it by now. Is it too rich to say Kyle Hamilton?
No, I don't think so. I think Kyle Hamilton's a fair. I mean, from just a size perspective, it's such a hard comp to make that there's
Kyle's got a half inch, maybe a full inch on him. Kyle's like 6'5" almost. A little lankier than Kamari. Kamari's even bigger in person now than he was
Did
in
he
his
strip
junior
that
tape.
football?
Yeah, he did. Plays at Hampton High School. Yeah, we just blazed by that guy and the safety.
Jeez.
Ball skills galore. We have 5 more minutes of this. We could sit here and watch it. I just don't. I think we get the point, don't y'all?
Yeah, no, I think.
We one-handed that. Look how well we came out of this comeback route, too. Watch how well our hips sink and how we don't waste a single step in our secondary position, by the way.
Good Lord.
This kid's goofy. Yeah, he's a Sunday guy. It's one of those uneffables. Like, hard to F that one up. You know what I mean? Here we go. Zyron Forstall, the edge rusher. This is another 5-star for them?
Yes.
Now, this is IMG.
I believe so.
Yeah, he's playing at IMG.
Yes, this is IMG.
Okay.
Originally from Louisiana.
Oof. Huh?
Play-
Nuh-uh. All right, this coach was watching a lot of Texas Tech tape last year. This coach right here is just the Red Raiders did this a lot with old buddy Romello Height, and just let him roam, take the nose tackle, let him occupy 2 guards, and then rub the big edge off of him.
He didn't get rubbed. He just runs right through the A gap or B gap.
Just blew right through it. We don't seem extra large.
No, it's not freakish size.
But we move really, really
very,
well.
very well.
What is our height and weight, Jonathan?
He is listed at 6'3", 220.
All right, and this is the rare high school football player. So if this kid didn't play at IMG Academy on 24/7 Sports, he would be listed at 6'4", 240. But because he plays at IMG and because they give raw data to these places all the time, he is legitimately probably flat-footed, barefooted, 6'3", 220. All right? So some of these guys get lied about with their heights and weights, or get to lie about, rather, their heights and weights. IMG players do not. They also don't get to lie about their metrics either.
Good Lord. He changed angles like 3 times in that rep.
You know what I found about line of scrimmage players at IMG? 9 times out of 10, these guys play harder than every other IMG guy that I normally scout, because they just have so much. They don't have a lot of opportunity to eat, so they play with their hair on fire all the time. Like this kid over here is the Cruel kid that ended up going to Oklahoma. Mm-hmm. That kid had like 15 sacks last year, I think. Okay, so the idea that I'm going to get home, I got to get home now because the other kid's going to get home really, really quickly. You see what I'm saying? So the ferocity with which they play with, we don't have to teach them that when they get to college football. You see what I mean? We recognize so much right here. We immediately see down block. We immediately get flat down the line of scrimmage. We see the mesh point and continue to trail the ball carrier.
You get so fly, your sniffer misses you completely.
Exactly. And again, we play with tremendous effort to the football. Oof. All right, we get that. We understand what he's got going on. Who else we got? Sean. No, this is some of the Georgia stuff right here, right, Jonathan? Casey Curry, Marcus Fakatu. That's
it was
the
just,
local
it should
hour.
have been the next
All
one.
right,
on the
it's
list.
Caden Scott. Now,
Yeah.
Will you look up where he's ranked in their class on 3, Jonathan? I think he's somewhere towards the bottom. But I love this kid, all right? And I love this kid for a lot of reasons. He's 6'7". He plays Houston high school football. And there you go. That's why I love him.
Ranked towards the bottom, but he's a top 200 player.
So he's like the 15th ranked player in their class, and he's top 200?
Yeah.
Man, you guys are having a day, huh? You Aggie fans watching this network today, y'all having a day. All right, let's watch it. He's obviously over there at left tackle. He's about to finish. That's what I love also about this kid's tape. We're going to get some excessive blocking blindside type shit throughout this film. Again, 6'7", about 305 pounds in most of this tape. We do play a little toes out, and we bend with or we try to get to. You ever watch somebody squat or power clean, Christian, and the first thing they do is spread their feet instead of, because they can't bend at the hips, so they try to widen their base so they can ultimately get lower. You know what I'm talking about? Same thing as an offensive lineman. If we don't feel as if we can bend in our hips and in our knees, the first thing we try to do is widen our feet. We don't want to play with too wide of a base, all right? We lose our power that way because our angles start to go inward instead of forward, if you know what I mean, right? We're losing power, all right? There you see him moving and picking up that edge blitzer at 6'7". Again, I think the ceiling on this football player is tremendous. And because when I see big guys' effort, that's the most important thing to me. Because you obviously have the frame, all right? You're obviously big enough, fast enough, powerful enough. Do you play hard enough? All right, because if you play hard enough in high school, I would assume you're going to work hard enough to develop into what I think your ultimate ceiling is. All right? There's a couple of monsters like this in this state that I wish would watch this kid's tape, because this kid's going to end up making it, I think. All right? Because we try hard, and we're huge.
Mm-hmm. Would you project this as a tackle just because of the size?
Anybody over 6'6.5", you have to play tackle for me, unless you're Ben Cleveland.
It's valid.
it's so hard to get 3 techniques to move when you're that tall. You know what I mean,
Mm-hmm.
Christian? It's so hard to move guys who are 6'3", 295 pounds.
Just from leverage alone.
Yeah, from leverage alone. We can't get up underneath them. All right, I love that kid's tape. Now, wasn't there a defensive lineman I wanted to watch, Jonathan? Kennedy Brown? No, that's somebody else. I thought there was a defensive tackle I wanted to watch.
I don't think so.
All right. Never mind.
Yeah, none of the players we had mentioned were
Okay.
defensive linemen.
All right. Now, we stay here at the board, okay? Because we got a top 10 to get through.
Yes, we
We got a
do.
top 10 to get through. Now, the top 10 today was written right before the show, so pardon my penmanship. But I think I was all right, actually. It's not the best.
It's legible.
But these are top 10 non-con football games, all right, of the 2026 slate. Non-con games. Boom. Our candidates tonight. Now, these are most impactful, right?
Yeah,
Not
these
just top 10, like it's going to be a good game.
Yeah,
But
most
I think
im-
that
most
also
im-
weighs is just
most
impact-
impactful non-con games.
Most
like,
impactful. Most impact.
at the end of the day, that's what matters most.
Correct.
Like, if we're ranking these based on what we think will be a good game, some of these games will not be up here.
The candidates: Ohio State versus Texas, Clemson at LSU, Oklahoma at Michigan, Miami at Notre Dame, FSU at Bama, Notre Dame at BYU, Boise State versus Oregon, Tennessee versus Georgia Tech. That's a neutral. Boo. Boo neutral site games. Louisville versus Ole Miss. That's a neutral.
It's in Nashville, I believe.
Boo! Neutral site games. Arizona State at Texas A&M. That's at Kyle Field. Yay, home and homes. Baylor at Auburn. That's at Jordan Hare. Yay, home and homes. TCU at UNC. Yay, home and homes. Arkansas.
That's in Ireland.
Boo! Big time boo! Boo!
Oh no, I'm fine with the Week 0 game being in Ireland.
All right, let
Can
Georgia
we
play. Let Georgia play over in Ireland and come back 9 days later and play Tennessee and come home.
I would love to go to Ireland. That'd
Could
be
we
great.
please get some better Week 0 games?
Boo!
That's fine. Look,
Arkansas at Utah. That was out there in the mountains, right?
I believe so.
I believe that's out in Utes land.
Yes,
All right.
because
Yes.
the AD was very furious
Yes,
that they had to
'cause
go to
remember-
Utah the week before playing
That's
Georgia.
right. Yeah, he was complaining about that. We got to go out to Salt Lake. You know, I'm surprised he didn't mention the elevation.
Yeah, you're right.
Altitude sickness.
We got to get
You
recalibrated.
got to get recalibrated. Got to
Recalibrated,
sit in an
yeah.
oxygen tank. I got a wife in an oxygen tank. She's trying to sleep. All right, who we got number 1, boys?
it's pretty obvious we're number 1.
You
is gonna
think?
be for this
Oh,
one.
I might push back on this.
Oh,
because,
go ahead. Argue, boys. I'd love to see it.
Because
Interesting.
initially I was with you. You were going to say Ohio State, Texas,
Definitely.
correct? Okay.
Oh,
If impactful being the word that we're using here, I might argue Miami, Notre Dame.
I like this.
I might
like
argue
this.
Miami, Notre Dame. That is super impactful for both of those programs. That is like the resume builder for both
Notre
of
Dame
those
got
teams.
a 2-game schedule. I think Miami does as well, but Miami kind of has an opportunity to win a conference championship, and they
Now,
don't.
the argument for Ohio State, Texas is both of those programs have tough schedules. That'd be a tough one to lose that early in the season. We saw what it did to Texas last year. Some would argue it cost them a playoff spot.
J-Will, I was really ready to argue with you on that, but you're absolutely right. Like those two teams, that's kind of a must-win game for both of them because Miami should win their conference. Miami should be fine in the ACC, but if they drop 2 conference games like they had the last 2 years, that Notre Dame game becomes very, very important. And we know what Notre Dame's schedule is. Like you have to beat Miami, otherwise you might not even be in as an 11-1 team. So I agree. Miami Notre Dame should be one actually.
Miami at Notre Dame. Potentially the boys and I at that football game. Maybe.
I don't think
no.
so.
No.
That's
No.
the weekend I have a wedding.
Oh, you have a wedding?
That's like the third time you've hinted at it.
Yeah.
We're all like,
I know.
maybe not. You might be there, though.
One of the boys, potentially.
That's right.
Maybe this guy. All right, number 2, we go Texas, Ohio State at Texas.
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
If it's not number 1, it's definitely 2.
All right. Probably not going to that game.
No, probably
No.
not.
Maybe not.
Will be an
Maybe
exciting
not.
environment,
It's a tough
though.
one to get to. All right, who is number 3 on this list, boys?
This is where things get really interesting because there's a couple of different angles you can take from. Like,
I think this is going to be a major litmus test for Oklahoma right here
Definitely.
in their ultimate playoff potentials.
And Michigan, for that regard, like, what does Bryce Underwood look like? What does Michigan's season look like? What is the Kyle Whittingham era going to get off to a start? Because I think that's their first real game with the pulse. I can see the arguments for Clemson LSU being an impactful game, but this game has even less shine.
It's the first game of Lane Kiffin's run,
right?
At
but
LSU does that add a little weight to that game?
Maybe, but here's my thing on that. That game was played last year and was billed up as one of the biggest games of Week 1. 2 top 10 teams going at it, and it ended up being between two teams that didn't even make the college football playoff. One of them fired their head coach. This year, it's not even being built up as much. I just don't see it being as maybe impactful of a matchup. It's a non-conference matchup. Clemson can lose that game and still make the playoff. LSU can lose that game and still win the SEC. I think it's a top 5 impactful game, but I would say Oklahoma-Michigan gets the nod before that.
What say you, Jonathan? You good with that?
Yeah, I think so. I think I'm okay with putting Oklahoma, Michigan there.
Also love the idea of that game being at the Big House.
Yeah, that would be fun.
Facts.
Texas went there a couple years ago and beat that drum.
I think it was
Sure
in
did.
20.
Beat that drum.
Was it in 24 they did
was.
Yeah, Quinn
Yeah.
was like a god.
that? Yeah, dude. I think that's what got Texas ranked number 1.
Uh-huh. All right, so who is number 4 on this list?
I think a sneaky game to mention here is Notre Dame BYU.
Yeah, I was thinking so too. Just because Notre Dame, their schedule feels so weighted on those 2 football games. I saw an anonymous quote from a Big 12 coach. Had to have been Joey McGuire trying to lighten the load on himself. Said that the best team in the Big 12 is BYU. Said the best team in the Big 12 is BYU. Said they're at the line of scrimmage, they are different than everybody else.
Now that part, that's where maybe the biggest pushback would be, in my opinion. But I mean, it's not crazy to maybe say that BYU is the best team in the conference. I mean, they were in the conference championship game last year. I know that it maybe wasn't the most competitive game.
Bear
against Texas
Bachmeyer
Tech.
year 2?
Could be.
Got a transfer from Oregon that was balling out in spring ball?
Yeah.
Could be. Oh, year 4 with I think Daniels is the running back, the big boy? Yeah.
I might honestly say Notre Dame BYU is number 4
Yeah,
here.
I think it might be
because
4th.
of this. Obviously, we know what Notre Dame needs, but think of BYU if they had the exact same season they did a year ago where they win all their games, but they just can't get over the Texas Tech hump.
Yeah.
If one of their wins is a win against Notre Dame, they're a playoff team.
You know what's a sneaky good venue at night? BYU. I feel like BYU at night always gives me decent football games.
The scenery is very nice, yes.
Yeah. Shout out. All right, number 5, is this LSU Clemson territory?
I think so.
Or is this FSU Bama territory?
I'm going to go LSU Clemson territory.
Okay.
Those are 2 teams that have a chance of being playoff teams. I don't think anyone is expecting FSU to be a playoff team. That's more of an upset schedule there. And even so, Florida State upset them last year, and it didn't end up having any effect on
This is a
Bama's.
night game in Death Valley, correct?
Of course it is. Of course
Of
it
course,
is.
dude. It's a
Right.
Death
That's
Valley game.
ignorant of me to ask. Yeah.
I mean,
it's a massive football game for Lane Kiffin.
well, especially considering that history for LSU in Week 1 has not been very kind to them as of
Not
late.
recently.
But
Not
they did get the
recently.
dub last
Got it
year
last
against
year.
Clemson. That everybody thought that was going to be a very pivotal matchup. Kind of ended up providing no clarity on
You
either
know what
team.
lesson I learned from that one?
What?
Yeah, don't leave it just because it was a good football game going, damn, those are 2 good playoff teams.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if your feeling is, that was kind of mid, it might just be some mid because that's
Yeah.
what it was.
But then again, we felt like, hey, maybe the same thing with Ohio State, Texas. It was some mid. Those were 2 playoff fringe football teams last year.
Well, yeah,
Well-
I think the quality of game doesn't always suggest the quality of teams that are playing.
Yeah. I think lesson should be learned is just temper the takes until maybe like week 3 or 4.
The difference in that would be both Texas and Ohio State were working in brand new quarterbacks for that game against 2 really
Yeah.
good defenses. That was 2 veteran quarterbacks going up
we're
against
looking
Clemson
like
LSU.
poo-poo.
2
That
projected
were
first-round
struggling.
picks.
At the time, yeah, you're right. All right, we're in Bama FSU territory here.
I think
FSU
so.
at Bama. Who could be some other candidates
Or,
here?
I mean,
All right,
Where's our line? Like this could be a 2 playoff
that's
team matchup.
where I was going to go.
that Boise,
Louisville, Ole Miss could feature 2 playoff teams in Nashville.
Boise State or Oregon also deserves a shout here because that is a group
We
of
think the Broncos like that this year.
I don't know, but I mean, it's at the same point. Like, I think Oregon's going to handle them in that game. So I don't know.
I think our candidates are FSU at Bama and Louisville, Ole Miss.
You know, I'm going to
And
go.
then we can debate the rest. I think this one. I think Boise State, Oregon is in this category.
What
No
about
offense.
what about Arizona State, Texas A&M?
Yeah, what is Arizona State going to be this year?
And I mean, that's a great litmus test for that. And on top of that, it's a big non-conference game for Texas A&M if you win that. If Arizona State wins that game, however, they're looking very, very good for the playoff. They're looking very, very good moving forward. I would say Arizona State, Texas A&M.
Who's Arizona State's quarterback this year?
Not
I'm
Sam
pretty
Leather.
sure it's.
All right, give me a decision between FSU and Bama and Louisville Ole Miss. I'm going to go FSU and Bama. I'm going Louisville Ole Miss.
Louisville
I think
Ole
there's two
Miss.
better football
That's
teams.
two teams that have a chance to make the playoff.
It would be one Cutter Bowley.
Cutter Bowley. Huh. Number 7 is going to end up being FSU at Bama. Mm-hmm. All right.
I think we got to go A&M at Arizona State here.
I think you're right. Arizona State
Now for number 9,
at A&M.
I would like to nominate Tennessee versus Georgia Tech.
Okay, why?
I think this is a big find-out game for both programs because both programs are kind of entering this weird crossroad this upcoming season of, is Georgia Tech going to continue its run with Brent Key being successful? There's no Haynes King. Kind of going to figure out what the next step is, especially losing Buster Faulkner. Tennessee entering a similar situation with new starting quarterback, new defensive coordinator in Knowles. I think that's kind of a figure-out type game for both programs of where are we at now moving forward into this
Here's
season.
what I'll tell you. I'll go ahead and eliminate Arkansas at Utah. We got 2 first-year head football coaches that I don't really care much about the result of that football game.
And they're not going to be playoff teams.
Relevant.
And whoever wins that
I think they're
game
going to be
is
relevant towards the end of the year.
That's fair.
I think you have to worry about those football programs. Now, it's more of a curiosity might kill the cat on this one with Baylor at Auburn. I'm very curious to see what this goalish regime starts out looking like. And Aranda, or as we called him, Arnada today, coaching for his life. Back against the wall, just won't die.
Potentially a DJ Lagway rejuvenate career game.
Oh, man, he going to throw a dart or two in the first quarter that's got every Florida fan going,
Oh, no.
and
We
then
let
it'll
go
happen.
too early.
And then it'll happen, and you're like, yes, I knew it.
There he is.
There he is. There's my guy. All right, 9 and 10, figure it out.
I'm kind of agreeing with Jay Will here for the Tennessee-Georgia Tech game. It's
right.
not college football playoff implications, but at the same point, I think that from two programs that have aspirations in the future and also want to be these top upper echelon programs, have gotten a taste of that the last 3 years, I think whoever wins that game is going to have a positive trajectory on the season.
Is that the
moving forward.
Duke's Mayo?
I think it is.
Yeah, I think so.
I think that's your kickoff.
I think the Duke's Mayo works best when
Well,
both football coaches look like they'd enjoy
It's
being
either Duke's
bathed
Mayo
in
or
mayonnaise.
Aflac.
I don't think the Duke's Mayo is a bowl. I think it's the Aflac
No, this is
kickoff
Duke's
class.
Mayo.
No,
kickoff
remember that
classic.
was Georgia Clemson. That was
Yeah.
the kickoff. It was
Shane
Duke's
Beamer
Mayo
got doused
kickoff.
in mayonnaise a couple years ago, too.
But that was the bowl.
That
game.
was bowl game.
That was bowl game?
the
So
Mayo.
coach don't take Mayo bath after Mayo kickoff, just after Mayo bowl game?
I don't think it's the Mayo kickoff. I think it's the Aflac kickoff classic, and then you have the bowl game that is the Mayo Bowl. 2 separate games.
No, it was Georgia Clemson in 2021 was the Duke's Mayo Classic.
I stand corrected.
But I do think it's the Aflac.
Boise State at Oregon rounding out the list at number 10.
it kind of tapers off once you get past 5.
Yeah, we don't have a lot of great non-cons.
I wonder
you know
why.
You know what caused that, right? Any guesses?
The pressure to move to 9 games.
This guy knows ball. This guy listens. This guy pays attention. Yep. If you force teams to play 9 conference games, they're going to start ducking smoke in them other 3. Yep. And that's what we're going to get. I would imagine some of these disappear and moving forward.
They've already started, dude. We've already
I would
heard.
imagine we're going to start dwindling even worse.
We've already heard numerous cancellations. The only ones that are sticking around are becoming neutral site games because you're getting a fat bag to do so.
I heard Del Conte was like, hey, don't be automatically writing in that we're going to play Notre Dame, the Texas AD. I think they're already, and they just signed that contract.
Hell,
last year they announced that.
Let Texas miss the playoff again after losing to LSU. They are canceling all non-con
After
games.
OSU, you mean?
Yeah, excuse me,
Ohio
OSU.
State? Yeah,
My
no,
bad.
You're right.
They're canceling all non-con games.
If they go
if that
9-3 this year with a loss to Ohio State and 2 SEC losses, and they missed the playoffs, Bubba, Notre Dame, that non-con games get canceled.
They're canceling all non-con
All
games,
of them.
and
I'm telling you.
They're going to 24 after that.
They threatened to do so last year. So yeah, man, y'all better
Should've
be
never
careful on that
expanded
one.
this damn
And by the way,
playoff in the first place.
I'm not going to say likely, very possible Very possible they lose a one-score game to Ohio State at home to start the season. Maybe just have a bad day and then slip up twice to two good teams moving forward. That schedule, like you mentioned last night, not a cakewalk.
No.
The schedule is even beyond, especially beyond Ohio State, not a cakewalk.
They
did not get an Alabama-like schedule from the SEC slate, which, by the way, Alabama, that's a 10-2 schedule. It's a 2-2 schedule. All right. We got anything else in the national?
I don't think anything pressing that'll quickly eat up 2 minutes. I mean, we can go ahead and give them an extra minute in the local hour.
Don't say I never gave you nothing. Let's toss it to the local hour. Let's do it. Oh, no. I got to tell this story because I'm going to have to tell this story to a coach right after this. Brady Edmonds. I meant to talk about this last night, the Ohio State commit. All right. I think he's on an official visit to UCLA.
No, he's scheduled one.
So they do 7-on-7 is the last thing that they do. All right. And Brady Edmonds was outside of my Elite 11 prior to the 7-on-7. Now, here's how 7-on-7 works out there at the Elite 11 or finals. They just put you with 4 random high schools out there. You get one of the 4 offenses playing against one of the 4 defenses. They give you the plays the morning of to kind of overview, and then you go out there and figure it out. A coach told me, one of the coaches responsible for holding the iPad and kind of calling the plays for the 7-on units, told me that he turned around right before they started playing 7-on-7, and Brady Edmonds is over there with the high school team that he got assigned with, and they were going over mutual concepts that Brady's team runs in high school and concepts that the high school team runs. And he's like, hey, what's your hand signal for this? What's your hand signal for that? And they get their, common language put together. And the coach told me, he was like, I was thinking, hey, maybe just like audibles once or twice at the line of scrimmage. Nope. Coach told me he called 2 plays in a 20-minute session. Brady called the rest. I've never heard of that ever. And they balled. He played well in the 7-on-7 circuit. That you know how goofy and nerdy I am about the position. I think that is a sign that we can play the position. The job is to get everyone around us to play at a high level. And as a stranger to these people, within 10 minutes, he had an entire offense put together with a bunch of 16-year-old kids. Like they were drawing in the dirt over there in the corner. I think that's really, really freaking cool. All right, let's go to the local hour.
Welcome into Talk the Dog, the show where we find a bone to pick and a take to give. These are not hot takes. These is dog takes. Can I talk that dog? What's up? You like that? You really like that? Let's shut up and grab some tape.
What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Ooh, good ankle bend, good ankle flexion. That wasn't bad.
I used to be an athlete.
Yeah, I think you still are.
Oh, thanks.
I'm washed. I'm 100% washed.
I'm definitely washed.
I have I 5 years ago, I was washed as an athlete. Now I'm washed entirely. Like anytime I try to do something athletically, I feel unathletic.
It's hell being
for the first time in my life. So there's that. But hey, got a load of local out for you guys. I got a recruiting rundown. We're going to talk about it. We're going to deep dive this sucker tonight on the local hour. Neutral site games, maybe not that bad for the University of Georgia. We're going to talk about it tonight and much, much more, including first ever edition of Brooks' Top 5.
Ooh.
Brooks' Top 5. All right, we're going to start doing this in local. I'll bring you – I get asked a lot of continuous and repetitive questions about things that I've covered here at Georgia. So we're going to put top 5s on some of these repetitive questions like, for example, who's your favorite offensive lineman you've ever studied? We're going to talk about some of that stuff tonight. But we're going to start the local hour with a shout out to one of our colleagues, Jordan Hill, because he wrote a great article today.
Yeah, so
run this down for the audience.
I don't know if it was posted today or if it was yesterday, but as a group of people who spend time writing about predominantly the University of Georgia football program, it can sometimes be hard to find topics to write about, to find things to discuss.
So this is a hat tip for a new spin?
Yeah.
And by the way, one of the most acknowledgeable hat tips at this point in the offseason we could possibly give to a colleague.
Definitely.
If you find a new spin at this point in time of the year, you might be him.
Not only a new spin, one that's kind of timely because of all the news of all these neutral site games becoming or non-conference games becoming neutral site games, and the prospect that Georgia Clemson might become one as well. There's a lot of frustrations in the fan base. Jordan Hill wrote an excellent article kind of detailing how Kirby Smart in regular season non-conference neutral site games has been a very, very, very good record so far. He lists them all out. He gives descriptions of it. He's 4-0 so far. He beat Clemson in 2021. He's 5-0, beating UNC in 2016 for his first game ever. Clemson in 21, Oregon in 22, Clemson in 24, and then Georgia Tech in 2025, which I don't know if you count that as a neutral site game because it was technically a Georgia Tech home game, but it was played in the Bend, so that's a neutral site. But there were more Georgia fans there than Tech fans. I would count it as a neutral site, even if it wasn't maybe formally a neutral site game. But obviously Georgia has dominated in all of those. And if you even want to go further to the neutral site games, they've done really well in Florida, against Florida. They're 8-2. Kirby Smart has dominated that series for sure. So just a very solid way of acknowledging how, neutral site games kind of suck for the regular season. I think we'd all agree that playing home and homes would be better. But at the same point,
they don't suck for the win-loss column.
Exactly. If you want to win the game, probably not a bad idea to move it to a neutral site. So shout out Jordan Hill for that article and the work he did.
How many times in neutral games, though, maybe once in 2021 against Clemson was the opponent of your quality?
Yeah.
Because Georgia Tech is not of your quality. Florida at the coaching staff level has not been of your quality.
Not in all the matchups, but there were some top 15 matchups.
Correct.
The 2018 and 2019.
And it's fitting to be.
Yes.
It's fitting to be down there.
Mm-hmm. Yes. I mean,
but like Oregon year one, he was outmatched.
He was.
I mean, Dan was swimming in deep water.
But that's a top 15 program at the same point.
Like, yeah, it was.
It was a top 15
and I think,
matchup.
Didn't they finish 10-2?
Yeah, they had a really good season. They almost went to the Pac-12 championship. So nothing to scoff at. Beating that team by 46 points, given all the other circumstances, sure. But at the same point, you handled business out there. So shout out to that. And I think that's also worth acknowledging.
Shout out to Jordan Hill. Again, go read that article. We just paraphrased it, so you need to go read it. Give him the clicks that he deserves on that. Again, we've been doing this. I've been writing in this industry this will be year 8 for me. Mm-hmm. You guys have been in the thick of it for at least 3 or 4 years.
This is 6 years.
It'll be 4 years for me in November.
Damn, boys, y'all old.
I know. Yeah. That's why I said it's hell getting old.
But yeah, we know what it means to be looking for content and new angles at this point in the year. When you find that one, that quality, hat tip,
and
man.
Topical.
Whew, and topical. Like that's in the algorithm right now. Mm-hmm. SEO pulling. Doing a hell of a job right there, Jordan Hill. All right, recruiting rundown. Y'all ready to do this?
Let's do it.
All right, let's do this. So here's the deal. You currently have 12 commits at the University of Georgia in the class of 2027. 6 in the last week. Y'all on a little mo.
Yeah, get some mo going.
It's
on a little run.
And we
Let's
talk
keep
about
it rolling.
And this is kind of the point of year where we always get to where it's like we start looking around in early May and we're like, is Georgia going to recruit at all? And then by early June, it's like, oh, they've got all the momentum in the world, it feels like right now. So we have reached the all the momentum in the world point, it seems like.
We got some mo. Let's see if they're going to get some mo. Right now, ranked 21st on the On3 rankings.
Yep.
Not great.
No.
Not great. Got a long way to go. Got some folks to run down that seem like they got some mo themselves. Seems like Texas A&M's at the top, like we talked about earlier, and
probably going to stay at the top.
Probably going to stay at the top. They're in the running for some more, it sounds like. I got some key highlights right here in the class already. Obviously, Keemon Spell, the running back out of Pennsylvania, Virginia, right?
DMV area.
A massive 5-star need-to-have type of running back. Jackson Dollar isn't an industry 5-star as is, but I'm imagining at some point he might get a ratings bump. He is a guy and a primary target for you guys. Have to have him. Kelsey Adams, right now, the in-state offensive lineman out of Langston Hughes, a must-have. You've got him for now. Seems like you were very, very close to getting him to shut it down this weekend. You're going to have to hold on because I think what people are realizing about Kelsey, especially because of when they went through the spring evals and went out and saw these guys on the recruiting trail, you go watch Kelsey Adams practice and you're like, yep, that's going to work. And you just don't have that many of those when you go watch high school practices, particularly at offensive line, right? And you'll hear every football coach to a man say the hardest position to play as a young football player is offensive line, because there's so much of a talent gap and a development gap between high school football and college football when it comes to that line of scrimmage. You're going to have to hold on. He's a really, really, really good football player with a very, very high floor. And even that, I would say a high ceiling at guard on Sundays, but a really high floor in college at tackle. Gouda, we talked about him last night. He was a must-have. It felt like a priority target at the linebacker position. You guys have solidified that one to the point where he shut it down, right?
He sure did.
He committed and immediately shut down the recruitment process. He ain't going nowhere, so that's good news. Tonight, we're going to project more names into this class, more guys that you need to be paying attention to. I will give you guys that they feel really, really good about, some of which we are going to watch tonight. I think we pulled 3 tapes, Jonathan.
Yes.
Is that correct? We have 2 defensive linemen we need to watch and a linebacker that we need to watch out of Indianapolis. Correct. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Those are the films we're going to watch. Let's talk about these football players first and foremost. What's up?
Before we get into the ones that might be joining the class,
Yep.
I do want to talk about the ones that are in the class right now, because it seems like, just going down that list of
Attaboy.
trends, outside of Keemon Spell, and you can correct me if I'm wrong on this,
Noah Parker?
it seems like everyone we've talked about is, he's not an industry this, but he's very undervalued. And that seems like it's kind of the angle Georgia football is taking this year, where it's not as much. And again, Kirby Smart has never chased stars. There's a very fun quote that we've heard about stars from Kirby Smart, but it feels more so than ever that Georgia is finding value in these players where, this is a 3-star guy that's going to turn into a 4-star by the time pen hits paper. Yeah,
I think we talked a little bit about this last night. I would bet a month's paycheck Rollins doesn't end up a 3-star.
No shot. There's no way.
I would bet a month's
chance.
paycheck. And I don't get paid that much, but it's a month's pay. I need it. I would put it on it. I would double that easily. It's going to happen. I felt like last night when we watched the Tawo kid out of Lovejoy, that's not 3-star tape.
No.
That's not 3-star tape. If you've ever seen Abram Eisenhower in person lately, that ain't a 3-star neither. Abram Eisenhower, the offensive tackle out of Lowndes, that some bitch is 6'6". He's got 34-inch arms. He's never in a bad spot. He's going to start 4 years in 6A football. That ain't no 3-star, Bubba. It's just not what they look like at that level. So a lot of this is going to get moved from a recruiting profile standpoint, as it should. Like even the Rollins was obviously a battle between you and Ohio State. Same thing for Wooten. Waylon Wooten was either going to go to Georgia or go to Ohio State. So either way, either Michigan fans or Florida fans would have been in comments talking about some 3-star U. And they probably would have been wrong. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I know you can get really, really defensive about that, but, as being guys who cover Georgia primarily, but we see it every year. See it every single year. Zyke Helton was a 3-star last year. Donnie Glover was a 3-star last year or 2 years ago. Like this, he does this. The University of Georgia does this quite often when it comes to finding players, particularly in state, that are quote unquote undervalued and under recruited. The idea that they got the running back from Roswell, and the idea that the other 2026 kid, Trey Shields, the idea that there are football players good enough to play at Georgia right now still available in this state in 2026 is hysterical. It's not funny to everybody else. It's funny to me. It is not funny to the likes of, like, I got a call from a mid-major coach that was like, what? Huh? What? I'm like, yeah, coach, they found one that everyone missed on. And by the way, he's 6'1", 205 pounds and runs 4.46 verified. Goofy. Anyways, that's a great point, Christian. I'm glad you brought me to the guys who are actually in the class that we will obviously see receive industry bumps really, really quickly. I bet the Lovejoy kid's inside the top 250 within 6 months of me saying this right now.
The freaking measurements alone on him that guy should be ranked higher.
We got 6'7" wingspan, isn't that what it is? The wingspan of a 7-footer?
Yeah.
Or something like that at 6'2.5"? Yeah, and the tape is electric. So there's that. Now, who do they feel good about? Who are football players in the 2027 class that I've got it on good authority they feel good about? Obviously, all of this has been talked about already on patreon.com/Brooks Austin. Also comes with a Discord link that you need to be a part of if you are a Georgia fan. Again, patreon.com/Brooks Austin. Link in the description of this video. But these are the football players that I think they feel really, really good about, starting with Adrian Cole, the safety out of Douglas County High School. Really, really big, okay, 6'2 and a half. Been on Georgia's board since he was 14 years old. Was at Newton, then Pace Academy, now at Douglas County, and has been a dude. All 3 stops, will continue to be a dude. He's a really, really good kid, really, really good football player. I think would make a solid addition in the safety corps. Honestly, who's the last 6'3", 6'2 and a half big-bodied safety that they've taken?
It hasn't been like
Been a while. Mm-hmm. Now this kid don't run like he doesn't run like Tyree Green. He doesn't run like Malachi Starks. He doesn't run like KJ Bolden. But he's much bigger than all of those football players. I see chats talking about Adrian Cole visiting Florida this week. Most of these guys are taking visits now. But I'm just telling you, I think they feel good. Now, what does that mean? Not much, it seems nowadays. It doesn't really mean much if I tell you that, they feel good about him today. They might feel terrible about him tomorrow.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's just the nature of this business nowadays, and that sucks, but it is what it is. On to the next one. Chance Gilbert, the East Coweta defensive back. Now, I think he's going to play corner in college or nickel, one or the other. An elite mover. I haven't seen him play in person yet. We've obviously watched the tape, but he was not available this spring when I was on my visit down to East Coweta at 6:30 in the morning. He just had shoulder surgery. So, but is a really, really good athlete. Always has been. Seth Tillman, a defensive lineman out of South Carolina, they like a lot as well and feel good about right about now. I think I saw he's about 6'3", 285. So I haven't watched the tape, but I bet that thing is twitched up. Yeah. I bet that thing is switched up. Davion Jones.
Wyatt was playing that, wasn't it?
Yeah. If I see 6'3", 285, I immediately think 3 tech with pass rush upside.
3-eye?
Yeah. 3 tech.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, 4-eye.
4-eye. Got
ain't really no 3-eye. We call it a 2-eye.
I wasn't never in the DL lingo. So
yeah, honestly, it's funky. It don't make no sense.
It's hard to learn.
And a lot of it's built off of how they defensively play the alignments. Odd numbers are actually on a tilt. Even numbers are square. It's why the 7-6-9 happens out there at tackle or tight end. It makes no sense. You're right. On down the list. Now, Davion Jones, the safety out of North Carolina, they feel good about as well. Now, here's where I did say I think I don't feel good about telling you that they feel good about these 2 guys.
Right.
Because they're going to be high-value football players. They're going to be top 45 guys that get paid like top 45 guys, and it's both of the defensive linemen out of Sierra Canyon, which famously is where Bronny James went to high school. Yeah.
Shout out, Bronny.
Thanks for bringing that
Don't know
up.
why that got brought up, but that's where my brain goes immediately because they're not known for football. I don't know them for football. I know St. John Bosco for football.
Yeah,
I know Mater Dei for football.
Sure.
Like there are certain pockets in the LA County region where I correlate them to football. Sierra Canyon is not one of those. However, these 2 football players, Marcus Fakatu and Casey Curry, are exceptionally good. And believe it or not, Georgia feels good about both of them. Now, it's heavy. It's heavy hitters in both of the recruitments. So we'll see about that. Now, guys they have a shot with and may feel good about, but I don't know. Jaden Precio Bailey would start that list for me, the DB out of Alabama. He's a corner. Plays big-time football out there in Alabama. What was the high school? Prattville?
Yes.
Does that sound right?
Yes.
Prattville, big-time high school out there in, I think that's the Birmingham area, Metro Birmingham, maybe closer to Mobile. I don't know. One of the bigger Alabama high schools out there. Sean Fox, who we're going to watch tonight, a linebacker out of Indianapolis. I've been told important people in the staff really, really like him. And Majay Thompson, the wide receiver out of North Carolina, we might watch tonight as well. And Burner. And Miller Westerfield, the offensive tackle out of Roswell. But I don't know if they feel so good about Westerfield out of Roswell. Last time I went by there, for some reason, I think he liked North Carolina State a lot.
Oh.
Yeah, I think they'd been heavy on him. But I think that might have been prior to the bigger boys getting involved with the Westerfield recruitments. So things are very, very fluid in that department.
So you'll have more knowledge on this or just recollection than I do. Are there ever examples, and I'm sure there are, where there have been big-name, high-profile recruits where sharks come swimming around, a.k.a. other schools with massive bags, and Georgia has fended them off and held on to them?
Yeah, well, recently,
Yeah, because
I think you're going to do this with Kimon.
Right.
I feel comfortable about the fact that he wants to be at Georgia.
I think I'm asking that more just because like that seems to always be the worry where it's like he's at Georgia, commit until someone comes along with a better offer, which I feel like is not always the case.
No, who are the examples of that? Riola,
Curtis,
like a bigger offer.
No,
came
I'm talking
along.
about guys that were committed to Georgia that got bought out of their commitment to Georgia. Because normally what I see them losing is the guys that don't commit until they commit, and they commit like Jackson Cantwell.
Well, the most famous,
You know what I'm saying?
The most famous example would be Justice Terry.
Yeah.
That was committed to Georgia for a long time, and
that was committed to Georgia and went to his only visit at Texas, Georgia, and left going, yeah, Georgia's the better program.
and
then
outright said
Yeah.
they had the better offer.
Yeah, you're right. So Justice Terry is a commit that was flipped via they had a better offer.
And Jared Curtis.
And Jared Curtis.
Jared Curtis was-
Jared Curtis.
So I mean, it happens, but I feel like the
Johnson.
the other defensive lineman, I think, that went out to Texas. It was
Oh,
between
from
Georgia
Jacksonville?
and Florida. Yeah, and
Yeah.
then was committed to Georgia for like 2
Yeah,
days.
the defensive tackle out of Jacksonville. He's really, really good.
That was the same time where they got
So there have been a handful. No doubt about it. Been a handful.
It happens.
But I was asking, like, for examples to counter that kind of opinion of the fan base of, like, you just wait till someone with a bigger offer comes along and then he's gone. Because that feels like Georgia fans can tend to be pessimistic in certain areas. And I think the recruiting has certainly started to become one of that because you see all these schools that are spending tons of money and taking recruits that traditionally in the past would typically be committing to Georgia. So trying to push back on that narrative a bit.
I'll tell you what, they feel like they're about to do something.
Okay.
Good.
When I talk to them, they sound like they're about to do something. So I highly doubt they're going to finish 21st overall.
Yeah.
I'll tell you
no,
that
no,
much.
no, no. I don't think that. No, that wouldn't happen.
I think for a variety of reasons, like we mentioned earlier, a lot of these guys are going to get bumps, and I think they're going to make some moves. I mean, there's some really, really good football players on that list I just rattled off. Let's go watch some of them. I want to see what this Fakatu noise is all about.
Let's do
And
it.
this Casey Curry noise. This I play for Bronny James's high school noise. Let's go do this. You don't like that one, Jonathan?
I just think it's crazy that we're talking football. It's like where Bronny James went.
I mean, he did go to Sierra Canyon.
He did. You're not wrong. I mean, it is facts. Could you move that somewhere else so I could see maybe?
Oh, dang. My bad, Jonathan.
No, no, no,
You
I
want to
just-
grind
hey, I-
tape? Is
I
that
would
what's
like-
going on? You want to grind tape?
What do you think I do in here? I just sit around, twiddle my thumbs, and don't pay attention?
Oh, so, okay, so he transferred to Sierra Canyon. This is Orange Lutheran High School. All right, this looks like the film. We watched a kid that went to Notre Dame that played at this school, right?
I believe so.
Yeah, big defensive tackle that we loved a couple years ago. Let's watch this. This is Marcus Fakatu. I think I'm pronouncing that correctly. By the way, some of the camp footage you see of this kid, he's 6'7", 255 pounds or something like that. And some of the camp footage you see of this guy, you're like, wait, what? He's how tall? You're not supposed to move like this at this size, this height at least. We are getting into the range, though, where I get worried if we don't play with good pad level at this size, which that rep right there kind of eases my concerns a little bit. We just blew through there.
Yeah, a bit of a stand-up right there, but
Hard not to be when we're, again, 6'7".
yeah. I've never seen Adidas logo midfield. That's interesting.
I think that's maybe that's their school logo for their team. I don't know. No, it's Adidas Field. Did you see that?
Yeah, that's
It was written on the
Never
hashes over there, Adidas Field.
never seen that before.
I haven't either. It's a good point. Huh. Yeah, look, Adidas Field.
Adidas out here sponsoring fields now?
Out here spending that money on football. He looks the part. There's no doubt about that.
Mm-hmm.
You just wonder how much heavier are we going to be like 6'7", 290?
I mean, it looks like you can add a good 15 pounds on the front. And I feel like there's not a ton of examples of a high school athlete getting to the University of Georgia, and it's just like we can't put any weight on him. He can't keep any weight on.
Nyland Green?
Yeah, but that's like a different body composition.
Correct.
Like there's 15 more pounds to be had on that frame.
Yeah.
Like it's typically keeping weight off of them that's harder. A little
Let's
run
see
down
him
here.
run. Yeah, I was about to say, let's see him run. He got out of the gas and then back into it a little bit.
Yeah.
It's all right.
Chat says the Adidas field is a Miami field that multiple schools share.
Miami?
Valid.
So they're traveling. Whoa.
Yep.
Very quick
That
hands.
looks twitchy for 6'7", man. Verified. He a dude.
Yeah, that being 6'7" is kind of scary.
And I'm telling you, Christian, the movement skills you see on some of the workout footage is bonkers. All right, who we got here? We got Casey Curry right here. Now, he's playing offensive line. He is an offensive. I thought he's a defensive lineman.
I think he plays both.
Okay.
In high school, at least.
What's he going to play in college?
I'm pretty sure it's defensive line.
Okay. We're moving, and we're murdering.
Ow.
Yeah, he's listed as a defensive lineman.
Yeah, I thought so. All right, here we go. We got a pick. Oh, shut up. From defensive tackle?
Let's see what we got here. Got to be tip pass, maybe?
Oh, sniff the screen.
Yeah, good ball instincts.
Ooh.
Horrible pass, by the way.
By the way, I think Charles Power just released an article about guys who have played, or he did a bunch of deep dives on guys that were drafted this year. And I think there was a direct correlation. Some stat he had about like 72% of line of scrimmage draft picks play both ways in high school.
Huh.
Interesting.
It was some crazy number about top
Now,
end draft picks.
do you think that's also just because it's like, hey, you're the biggest guy on the team by far.
Yeah.
Just get out there, dude.
Yeah. And I think it says a lot about guys that, like, tackles that are athletic enough to play defensive line in high school. Mm-hmm. That means you move really, really well, right? Like your movement patterns, not just how fast you run or how physical you are, but how well you turn and run and how well you can actually bend and move and how fluid you are as an athlete. So, yeah, I think it says a lot about just general football abilities at the line of scrimmage.
He moves inside so quickly.
Yeah, I mean, he moves goofy good. This is against Fakatu.
Oh, it is, isn't it? Let's see his rep.
Yeah, this is good on good right here.
Prospect on prospect, Cron.
Oh, snatch.
Oh, no.
Oh,
no.
Hey, big boy, we might be a tackle.
Oh, my
Honestly,
gosh.
like, bro, you kind of a dog. All right, we're frog stancing here. All right, never mind. We're
Yeah,
defensive
no.
linemen.
Yeah.
Buddy, we're
just really
out
violent.
here handling shit.
We're just really violent.
Yeah, we just figured it. Oh, my. Bro, the bull snatch was so good. And then we frog squatted the next rep and tackle. Yeah, we look like a Terminator out there.
I like how he's varying the reps up. Some offense, some defense.
And I like how all of them are physical and violent as hell. Every rep. Yeah, he's a guy.
Ow.
Ouch.
We got to square the feet up a little bit in the stance, but that'll be all right. We got anybody else?
Yeah, we got the Fox kid.
Oh, yeah,
Which I'm
Sean
interested
Fox.
to watch.
All right, so linebacker out of Indianapolis, okay? I think you guys like this guy a lot. Whether or not you land him, I don't know. Let's look at him. He's right here. I remember, I watched one clip. This is him gearing and running down a linebacker or a quarterback.
Oh, yeah, he's the one moving faster than everyone else.
Yeah. He's also 6'4", 220, I think.
Yes. 6'4" and a half.
Excuse me.
220.
And we move really well to be 6'4" and a half, 220 pounds. Did we pick that off? No, we got our hands on it, though. God, he's big. Here we get to see his length. Plays good in the box to be that tall.
So this is more of an outside backer projection.
Well, you guys don't really play. No, I think he's going to play inside linebacker. His primary, the guy that's like heaviest on him, I don't want to relate or give too much information now. He's actually shooting. So I think he's going to play off ball, which you've done before. Quay Walker's this long.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of competent to.
You've done this before. And you know what I like most about this? This is the first rep we've seen him just be put on the edge and go find ball, see ball, get ball.
Yeah.
Which is what most of these hybrid, is he going to be an off? Like he's playing in the box right now, hands on knees, reading down blocks, keying,
that's traditional
triggering, and
Mike.
going. So, like, honestly, this is going to sound crazy. This tape right now is far more projectable as an inside linebacker than Zayden Walker's ever was.
It's true.
Zayden Walker
It's
at
fair.
Sly County's playing wide 9, just sprinting off the edge every damn rep.
Yeah.
He didn't play off-ball linebacker unless colleges went to go see him, and then he'd do it in practice just for fun.
Mm-hmm.
So this kid's doing it in game, so it's far more projectable already.
Is the edge work as good as Zayden Walker's is the question.
No.
And that's
No.
and I think that's the one.
Yeah, we got good.
He fills gaps really well.
and he
though.
shrinks space really, really
Yeah,
well.
like this is not just the patience to not just trigger into
looks
that
like,
hole.
That looks like Quay Walker right there, where we scrape from backside C gap and meet this at +2.
The patience to not trigger into that back hole because you just ran himself out of
And
the
then
play.
end up banana peeling it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Trigger on the football. Do we get it out? We almost got it out.
That's a logo.
Yeah, it is. What the mean looking logo.
What the hell is that?
Yeah, we're long.
Yeah, dude, you're not getting away from this kid.
Block punt for a touchdown. Oh, Kirby perks up. Ooh.
Damn, that poor punter, man.
Draw a flag, too.
Yeah, I think we drew a hold right there. Yeah,
Do you want
that's
to
a-
watch the Thompson kid?
Huh?
Do you want to watch the Thompson kid?
I'm all right.
Oh, all right.
Davion?
No, I was saying Namaje Thompson.
Oh, Namaje. Maje. Yeah, you said he's a burner?
Yeah, there's some
Pull it
track
up
times.
and get through the huddle commercial, and then we'll go back over to the board and watch it.
I can read you these track times real quick, too.
Let me
Maybe
guess.
that'll pique
Let me
your
guess.
interest a little bit more.
10.55.
So we're at an 11.
You say he's a burner.
We're an 11:10 in the 100-meter.
Okay, that's not a burner.
What?
The tape's burner.
I think I remember watching this a couple days ago, and I was rather impressed.
Burner for me is sub 10.7,
Yeah.
and I know that's rich man's game right there. That's burning in high school.
Yeah, I know, for real.
But yeah, high school burners are 10.7 sub for me nowadays. I mean, shit, we got a high school kid out in Texas who's a sophomore running 9.87s.
Yeah, dude, that's insane.
Goofy. He is like 5'9", but I mean, damn. We got it.
Got to find the. Oh, here's the right. He has 2 huddle profiles. There's a Maje Thompson and then a Namaje.
Chat saying Namaje wants to be at Alabama bad.
Okay.
So we'll see.
Damn.
Yeah. Damn.
Don't even pull the tape.
Let's go to the board.
Jay, don't even pull it up.
I still got ads running right now.
Man.
Dude, they hit us with 30 seconds, okay?
Huddle really has gotten greedy. But honestly, as long as they keep it,
It's a good opportunity to say any coach listening today, you send it, I'll wear it. I got some DMs about wearing UCLA stuff last night. Guess who sent it to the crib? UCLA. So guess who got it put on? UCLA. Hey, guess who gave it to Callaway? So guess who got it put on? Callaway. We might get some more stuff showing up to the crib pretty soon. Here we go. Let's send that up. All right, it's Maje Thompson. He's from North Carolina.
Yes, Shelby.
Shelby, North Carolina. Oh yeah, he jetting.
broken play.
Put the ball in the outside hand. Oh!
Whoa.
You have the wrong camera on?
Oh, no.
Dang, we got to
You
start that
completely
one over.
That's on
missed
me,
it.
We got to
everyone.
start that one over.
I'm
Just
sorry.
staring at an empty desk.
Yo!
That's on me, guys.
Yeah!
Brooks heard Bama and said, let's go to the board.
Damn, that's crazy. That's crazy. Hey, hold on. Is this AJ Green's high school?
Ooh, it might be.
If you pull that just by the jersey colors, that's impressive.
Somerville was where AJ Green went.
He's at Crest High School, so no.
Same colors, though, I think.
Yeah. Ooh!
And that was South Carolina for AJ, not North
Oh, my
Carolina.
bad. My bad.
No, I knew it was one of the Carolinas.
Jetting again. Hey, can we put the ball in the outside hand, guy? I'm sorry. I'm nitpicking, but can we? I would like that.
Chat's saying AJ Green was a South Carolina.
Okay.
just said
he
that.
just said that.
Sorry, guys.
Did you listen?
Work out. Get flat back towards the ball. Attaboy. Oh.
I wanna see-
Selly.
I want to see some kick returning.
I want to see some I just ran by Buddy in a vertical. Or watch me yak. Okay, watch me yak.
Damn, ref throwing a pick.
And we got a lot of people giving up on angles. Punt return.
Here we go. This is what I want to see.
This is all Kirby was waiting for.
This is where you can show your true speed.
Yeah, it's there.
What?
It's there.
Hey, shout out to the punter for putting in
All right,
effort.
I'm going to have a conniption watching him run with the ball in the inside hand, though. There's the vert I asked for. Yeah, we ran by that guy. He had no chance.
Tracked the ball really well, too.
Yeah, he did.
Jail screen.
Yeah, we're twitchy. We're bouncy. Oh, he wanted to jump over that.
Yeah.
He wanted to jump over that
wanted
guy.
to
Another
Lamar
punt return. Alert. Oh, off the ground?
Bouncer.
You know what I'm going to complain about.
The ball.
I mean, it's every
He keeps
rep.
in the right hand for sure.
Yeah, we are definitely right-handed.
How easy is that to train out of you, though?
Well, if he's got great spatial awareness, not very hard.
I mean, I feel like
It's
most
just
high school coaches coach that out of you
But
anyways.
the hard part, Kirby, is getting him to figure out when to switch the hands. Because we have to get to open grass and know we're in open grass before we do that. But no, I think you're right. From a handoffs perspective, really, really easy. Getting him to do it after he plucks and tucks is a different scenario. Oh. Yeah, buddy can roll. Ooh, and he can stop. Good catch on the sideline. No, he a ball player. Absolutely a ball player. Good call on watching that one.
Yeah.
It's good tape.
I have good suggestions every now and
Really
then.
good tape.
Good job, J-Will.
Thank you. Subpar effort by you. Wrong camera.
Not my best work. I'll own up to it, dude.
All right, so they're ranked 21st right now. If I set the line on 7 is where they finish. Are you taking the over or the under?
When you say over better than 7,
Yes.
or over like
Do they finish 6th, 7th, or higher?
I'm gonna go over. But if it's over, it's 6. They're not finishing top 5.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's going to be a top 5 class. And
You're saying under, so you say they go 6, like under
Yeah.
the top 7. We don't have to bog down. You think they're going to finish 6th?
Correct. Yes.
Yeah.
I'd say 7th is probably a comfortable number, honestly. Like, I'd almost
Yeah.
bet it on the dot that
I
it's
would
somewhere
too.
around there.
I would say 7th or 8th right now.
Yeah, I
That's
feel
fair.
pretty comfortable about that. I would say it's still going to be a top 10 class. It's not going to be a top 5 class like you're used to, or a top 3 class like Georgia fans have really become accustomed to getting. But I mean, I think the most important takeaway to have is that yes, the rankings of these players that are currently committed to Georgia right now don't look like how they used to, but I mean, every single tape that we watch, or like majority of them at least, the ones that we come in here and we watch, I haven't walked away and been like, oh, I don't know about that one.
We're like 8 months into the 2026 class, and it seems like they've got a lot of hits in that one.
Yeah.
Most notably Tyreek Green, who I will remind you, the head coach said, we're just going to figure out where we're not good enough, and Tyreek's going to play there. Tyreek was a 3-star last year.
Yes. Got bumped up late.
Oh, yeah, that's right, because he was the best player on a national champion.
He was borderline
That's
top
right.
100 at the end of it.
Oh, really?
Yes.
He went from 3-star to borderline top 100?
I believe so, when I looked at it.
Yeah, that's what a nationally televised national championship game will do for you, I would imagine, in which you're the best offense and defensive player on the field.
He finished ranked 128th composite.
3-star.
Somebody that's a 3-star right now is going to get the same exact bump this year.
And that's why I'm saying they're going to finish above 7th, because I would say that a lot of these guys, a handful of the names we just listed off, there's a lot of 3-stars that are going to turn into 4-stars before it's all said and done, to the point where the names that you even have in this class, if they are what their final rankings would be, I think Georgia's probably hovering around 15th right now.
Yeah, here, not to throw shade in, but this is just, I was already on 247 looking at the rankings, so this is just where I looked at. On November 19th of 2025, he was ranked the 429th best player in the country, Tyreek Green, that is. He was then bumped to 181st on February.
Yeah. Hey, man, I mean, the final evaluation wasn't done.
No?
But I think February bumps are so fugazi. You've already gotten the 15 bowl practices of intel. That's you should not be able to do that as an industry. I'm sorry. The cutoff should be signing day. Boom, period, done. The moment these guys get 15 practices, we found out he's good. Sorry.
No, it's a valid take.
All right, I've got a top 5.
Oh, I would like to hear your top 5.
You got a top 5?
I have a top 5 that we'll do Thursday.
Jonathan, I have a top 5 of offensive linemen that I loved watching. Would you like this 1 to 5 or 5 to 1?
I feel like you just asked these to try and make it like I'm wrong when we all know when you do these lists, you should always go 5 to 1.
I agree with Jay.
Well, I was going to go 5 to 1.
Yeah, see?
Or maybe I was going to go 1 to 5.
Whatever. Just do what you want. Just do what you want.
Attaboy. Attaboy. What you ferociously typing over there? Timestamps?
Yes.
Okay, just
Doing my
making
job.
sure. I was wondering what you were doing. Number 5. All of these young offensive linemen, all of them, and I'm including Drew Bobo. Now, the cast or the die is yet to be cast on all of these, but by year's end and by career's end, these football players might account for 1 through 4 or maybe 2 through 5 or whoever knows. Drew Bobo, Donnie Glover, Juan Gaston, Zakai Helton, by end of career, all 4 of those names could be on a list like this because I think we're going to see some of the best offensive line play this channel's seen in quite some time in the next coming years with this core. All right. For a variety of reasons. I think Phil Rauscher is also going to allow these guys to do a lot more fun stuff than we've seen in years prior. It's going to be really, really cool to watch Drew Bobo and Donnie Glover and Juan Gaston on pin and pull this year. It's going to be really, really cool to watch these guys maybe do some wide zone stuff. It's going to be cool to watch a offensive line that we know has got really, really good football players do NFL stuff. And I think that's what we're about to watch over the next couple of years here at the University of Georgia. Number 4 would be number 1 had I been the guy that I am now while he was here. But when he was here, I was so much so trying to figure out what I'm even doing in my career or in my line of content that I didn't really do it like I do now. And that would be Andrew Thomas.
Solid pool.
Yeah, I wish Andrew Thomas was a Georgia Bulldog right now where every snap gets evaluated on this network. You know what I mean? Because it would have been so much more fun. But the only game we've ever even watched of his was the 2017 Rose Bowl, and he's a freshman in that tape. So there's never been an Andrew Thomas breakdown on this network, and that sucks. And I'm sure we can maybe go back and watch, but I think we might be – I'll look here in a second. I think we might be out of the line of demarcation on my film catalogs for him to even get broken down on this network. So, but I will tell you this. Watching that guy in warm-ups was the first, like, oh, my God, these guys move like this at this level type of realization. So, yeah, he would be a guy that I would love to sit down and do an eval on. Let me look right quick. Somebody fill some time right quick.
I do think it is funny to think back of just how great he was immediately, because that's such a rare.
I got 2019 tape. We could watch him. Maybe I'll go do that one day. But we got to do it soon.
A little Patreon film study.
We got to do it soon. Yeah, maybe a Patreon only film study. We can do that.
Give the people something to subscribe to.
All right, that's number 4 for me. Number 3, Monroe Freeling. I mean, an absolute, truly gifted human that plays way harder than the rest. Of all these guys we're going to talk about tonight, nobody plays harder than 57.
I was going to say, is he the highest motor on this list?
Huh?
Is he the highest motor on this list?
For sure. He is the highest effort offensive lineman I've ever evaluated at Georgia. The dude plays his balls off. And of all the guys, he's probably the most talented.
Yeah, maybe.
He's the most physically gifted offensive lineman that Georgia's had, not named Isaiah Wilson, in the last 10 years.
Would you put him over Amarius?
Yes.
Really?
No.
I was about to say, that's probably the
All right,
one.
so Amaris and then him and then Isaiah. Isaiah was stiff.
Yeah.
He's big as hell.
Yeah.
But he was stiff.
Where does I'm blanking on the name now. It'll come back to me. Either way.
I'm trying to think. Broderick?
Yes, thank you.
Broderick would be like 4 on that list.
Okay.
Broderick's not as big as you think.
No, he's not big.
Broderick's 6'4" and a quarter.
I feel like from an athleticism standpoint, he was top 3.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
He's going to make an appearance. Don't you worry.
All right, good.
For his athleticism. Now, this guy being number 2 on my list, I guarantee you if I let the chat sit here and take guesses for 5 minutes, you might not ever come to this name. And I'll give you like a good, 10 seconds to catch up right now and start tossing some names in there. And I guarantee you this one won't show up. But this football player, to me, I always saw him as a pro. I never understood why other people didn't see what I saw. And now he's a pro. He's a pro's pro. Now this guy is going to play 10 years in the league. He's going to make $100 million playing offensive tackle in the league. And he's a dude. He never, ever, ever leaned. You'd never catch him leaning. You would never, ever, ever see him in a bad instep relationship. His pecker was always to instep. He never overset. He never underset. He never once gave a two-way go in his entire Georgia career. He never once missed hands fires, ever. He was always on the chest plate. He was never in a bad spot, and boom, Nick on Fire just hit it in the chat. It is indeed Warren McClendon. I feel so confirmed knowing that this guy is what he is now on Sundays, because for 3 straight years, he was always the forgotten offensive lineman at Georgia. Nobody ever talked about this dude, and he was so freaking good from start to finish. Never a bad rep on Warren McClendon. Hell, go watch him against them Michigan boys that both went first round. Go turn that on and enjoy that. Never, ever, ever was Warren McClendon in a bad spot. That guy is teach tape of offensive tackle tape.
And I think that maybe what made NFL franchises a little fearful of that one is, like you mentioned, he played perfect every single time. That was because he had to, though. Like he wasn't gifted like these other names. So in order for him to be as successful as he was at Georgia and how successful he is now with the Los Angeles Rams, he had to play perfect, and he's continued to do it.
And I think it's also like you look at Warren McClendon, and it's not like, oh, that's a prototypical body for an NFL tackle. Like it's not anything bad, but it's certainly not one of the most like aesthetically pleasing looks for a
Never
tackle.
gonna blow your mind when he walks up on you.
Correct.
Yeah, no. He is number 2 for me. I think young offensive linemen should just watch his tape. Just figure it out, because he is, like Jonathan said, he's winning off of tech. He's winning off technique. He's not winning. And God gave him a lot. Don't get me wrong. Like, God gave him 6'4.5", 315, and a good athlete out of Brunswick, Georgia. God gave him enough. But the rest of it has been made. The $100 million will be made off of the fact that he works at being perfect in his tech. Now, number 1, ironically, is on this list for the antithesis of that. Number 1 played basketball on grass his entire life and still does, and that's Broderick Jones. The best tape to ever watch for me is when Broderick Jones got thrown into the fire in the national championship against Will Anderson, and he's just out there going, I'm going to stay in front of you. Watch this. I'm just going, and ain't doing a damn thing he's coached to do. He's just out there staying with his feet in front, and that's it. For 3.5 quarters, getting thrown into fire against one of arguably the best edge rushers college football has seen in, like, I don't know, the last 5.
I mean, has potential to be one of the best in the
He's
NFL.
paid as the best in the NFL.
He's paid the
right
best
now.
in the NFL right now. And Broderick's out there as a redshirt freshman just going, okay, it's like guarding somebody in hoops. I'm just going to stay in front of him. No, it's not really. Not really. This is a really technically sound thing. Not for that guy. He was out there just figuring it out and bald.
Thank God he did.
Yeah, man.
Because you probably don't win that game.
No, you don't. You probably don't win that game if Broderick Jones don't go out there and just be the most athletic human being you've ever seen for 3.5 quarters.
It's true.
Amaris was fun, but Amaris fits in a category that George Pickens fits in for me, which is I saw 8 games of you, bub.
Yep. Unfortunate.
I saw 8 games of you.
Yeah, definitely did not reach your full potential on the field, unfortunately.
Well, I mean, he reached his full potential. He's going to be a dude in the NFL for a long time.
Not. You're right.
It was more of like we just didn't get to see enough of you.
Did not maximize your reps.
Yeah, we didn't wring it dry while we were here. The University of Georgia did not get the best of Amaris Mims.
No.
The NFL will, and that's okay. I mean, it's fine for him and his family, but for
Joe Burrow.
But for this network and these fans. He was just a really good football player that played literally, I think, 8 games.
It was
started 8 games
Started 8
at
games.
Georgia. And again, Pickens fits in that same category. Pickens played like 11 football games over 3 years.
No, it was more than that.
It was like 8 his freshman year, and then he was good all of the next season.
He played.
Okay.
He played.
It was more so because
we got hurt and suspended, right?
We had
I
a
think-
shortened COVID season, so that shortened the number of games.
And yep.
And I think I know what you're getting at, right?
Yep.
But then, the killer was 2021, not
21.
getting him, but for only 1 game.
And that was supposed to be like, this is going to be the prime George Pickens year. He'll be a junior. He'll finally have a
That was
quarterback that's
tore
passing
up
to-
day 1 of spring, right?
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, 2019, he played the entire season with the exception of the first half and second half.
And that's
of the
freshman year, JT Daniels throwing moon balls?
No,
correct?
that's freshman year.
Oh, freshman year is Baylor. We light it up with Jake Fromm.
Yeah, Jake Fromm.
Yeah.
Like
So maybe what I was thinking with Pickens is like it's 8 good games.
correct.
We balled 8 times.
Correct. And
Okay,
I think
so that's what I was getting
It
at.
was more like you were a product of 2019. You weren't in a very explosive offense. 2020 shortened COVID season. Your quarterback's
It's a turnstile.
The quarterback room's a turnstile, and then obviously 21 happens. Like the potential that he could have been for his career was not met because of other circumstances, and he did it a lot to himself as well, obviously. So there's that. But I think George Pickens played more than people give him credit for.
Yeah.
I do have a question to ask.
Come out.
On this season, though, because there's a lot of hypotheticals, and obviously the standard at the University of Georgia is a national championship. However, I don't think that is the baseline for success of whether or not this was a good season. I would say last year was a good season, and that didn't even come with a playoff win. So the question I'm posing to you guys is, if Georgia is guaranteed right now, for a fact they will not be winning a national title, what would it take for it to be a successful season?
Losing the national title game.
Yeah.
But even then, it's nah.
But it's not unsuccessful.
Right.
I think if he doesn't win a playoff game this year, Georgia fans will be like, what the heck?
They already are. I mean, there are some people that would already give him that question of what the heck are we doing? But, I mean, all in all, like
Chat saying Simi's appearance, that's a playoff win.
Yeah.
That's what you've done the last 2 years, except you beat Notre Dame or you beat Ole Miss.
I would say if you were told that there's no way you win a national title this year, I think then the bar immediately moves to what's next best. It would be a Final Four team. If you're a Final Four team in the playoffs, and it's funny because I don't think anybody in here would even mention, an SEC championship.
No.
That would never
No.
get listed.
Not anymore.
It would literally just be a Final Four team. However that looks, be a Final Four team.
Didn't you guys have like 2 of those before he got here, by the way?
2 SEC championships.
It's like 04 and 1980, right?
No, they won
Or
one
18
2005, 2002. They had a bunch of appearances in the early 2000s.
How many SEC championships did you have before Kirby Smart showed up?
2. In the SEC championship game, they had 2.
Yes.
But you had multiple conference
championships back before the
they
conference
started
title
playing
game
the game
existed.
in '96. Yeah.
Okay.
So only 2.
And now it kind of feels like it doesn't even.
Well, it's because expanded playoff. It's because now they're even talking about it not existing anymore. So I think it's just lost its luster, unfortunately. But it would be pretty cool to go out with the SEC championship game in its entirety and say we won the last 3.
That would be cool.
The last 3.
By the way,
the conference.
There's only been 2 programs in conference history to three-peat, right?
I believe so.
Or is any?
Actually, I don't know that
Ba-
anybody's
I thought
three-peated.
Bama and Florida have done this.
I can tell you in about 20
I
seconds.
don't know that anybody's
Has
ever
anyone three-peated?
I think they joined Florida and Bama as teams.
Hey,
to go
here's
back-to-back.
a Christian Kirby. George has an opportunity to do SEC history this year article coming up right here.
I think I might have already honestly hit that. Tennessee went back. No one's ever. Florida three-peated in 94 to 96.
The first
Yes.
3.
Florida is the only.
Florida's
team.
the only. So you can be the second program.
And then Bama did it in 14 to 16.
Ball no.
Correct. And honestly, I think I've written that article already.
Yeah, I think you have.
All right. So you can tie SEC history this year.
Now, Georgia would break the record. We talked about this of consecutive appearances if they make it this year with 6, and that would never be broken. So,
No.
because
We ain't playing 6 more of these puppies.
not playing.
No, we are not playing 6 more of these
Unfortunately not.
puppies.
So
Damn. You got a trivia for me or anything like that?
I
You
got
got a pick 3, cut 3.
I've got blind
I didn't bring
rankings
one of
if we
those
want to do those.
Oh boy! All
Oh,
right.
God.
All right, look. I heard your feedback from last night. These are not gotchas.
Okay.
They're hard.
Do you think I could beat any of you in a how many position guys you can name battle?
We could find out after blind rankings. I'd like to. Let me. I'll think of one. You and Christian go. I'll
All
think
right.
of a topic after
All
blind
right, all right,
rankings.
all right.
Okay. All right. The topics tonight are quarterbacks that never started / lost their starting jobs,
All right.
or running backs who wore double-digit numbers.
Let's
And
go
this-
double.
this is the last
numbers.
Yeah, let's go double digit
Double-digit
numbers.
It's the last 20 years, so there's no Herschel Walker
Okay.
on this list. There's no
Okay.
Lucy Smith.
Okay.
First number, Elijah Holyfield.
So he wore 13.
Yes.
That's an ugly number. Put him at 5.
5?
Put him
That's
at
a
5.
1,000-yard rusher.
Yeah, put him at 5.
He's a 1,000-yard rusher, dude.
It's an ugly number.
All right.
I'm putting him at 3.
Okay.
So you've got 5. J. Will's got 3.
Because there's really only 2 other names that I think of right now.
The next name.
Really?
Dejon Edwards.
I'm going 3.
I'll go 4 there.
Yeah.
All right. So
Look good in the 30 too.
Yeah, he did. He rocked
Yeah.
it well.
Yeah.
if you're a good running back in 30, it looks good.
Mm-hmm.
So name number 3, Cass Jones.
I'll take him at 4. I knew he was going to be on this list.
That's a 5. I'm sorry, Cash.
Damn, you're a hater.
Production-wise, career-wise.
He's a dog and a Falcon.
No,
and look
hey,
at you. Look at you.
Damn good dog. He's number 5 on this
Yeah,
list.
I would say he's below Elijah Holyfield for sure.
Yeah, probably.
All right, so you both have 1
That's
and
fair.
you both have 1 and 2 left.
I
available.
do, and now you're making me nervous saying that.
The number 4 player on this list, no Sean Marino.
Now, this is where it gets hard because
All right, no, it's not hard for me. This was one of my favorite football players growing up. He's number 1.
That's fair.
I know that's
He's
good
number
for
1 for
you,
me.
but
Bro, Noshawn was so good for me. I don't even remember anybody on those teams. And Matthew Stafford played on those teams.
no, there was a lot of like people who grew up, especially I would like you were around that age, but like people who are mine and Kirby's age
Yes.
during that era, like
Also,
Noshawn was it.
He said he's not gotcha in us, but Brendan Douglas is going to be the last name on this list. So
And
you
that's
better
why I'm
watch
scared,
out. You better
because-
watch out.
Not got you.
Okay, I'm gonna take him for his
Take
word.
him for his word.
I'm gonna
Okay.
take him for his word.
Here,
Noshawn
trust and comrade.
is number 2 right now. Now, what he might do is pull out like Kendall Milton, where number 22.
The deuces on Milton look good.
He should have stayed.
He was
with
yeah,
22.
I
definitely.
agree.
I think it was a bad omen. You know,
Maybe.
just losing a 2.
Yeah, could
Lost
be.
a hamstring
so
or
I'm gonna
2.
go Noshawn 2, and I'm really hoping I don't get screwed here.
Give me Noshawn number 1.
The number 5 player on this list, and J. Will's number 1, Brooks' number 2, is
Please.
Nick Chubb.
Thank you. That's who should be number 1.
That's
That's
fine.
how it should
I'm
be.
okay with that.
Dare I say perfect list.
It's
That
a
is
perfect.
perfect
J. Will's
list.
list is perfect. I
Nick
agree.
Chubb at number 1. No Sean Marino at number 2. Elijah Holyfield number 3. Dejon Edwards 4. Cash Jones 5.
That
Clean
is
sweep.
That is the perfect
Attaboy.
list.
Clean
Attaboy.
sweep.
All right,
All right, what position you got for me?
All right. Do we want to do like an era? Because for
No,
you.
the game is how many tight ends can you name? How many run backs can you name? How many whatever?
All right. Let's go wide receivers.
Oh shit. All right. I can name 12.
I can name 13.
I can name 16.
Ooh. I can name 17.
I can name 18.
All right, let's hear it.
CJ Wiley, Taylor, Jacoby White-Helton, London Humphreys. Let's go. Let's go Colby Young.
I'll count for you. Don't worry about that.
Let's go. No, I need to help count.
Okay.
Let's go Zach Branch. Already named London Humphreys. Let's go Muhammad Massaquoi, AJ Green. Let's go. It's harder when you start doing this.
When you're put on the spot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Who is Michael Bennett? Let's go Malcolm
shout
Mitchell.
out. Good
Let's go Malcolm Mitchell.
You need 8 more.
Marcus Rasimi Jack Saint. Landon Rolden, which rolls me right into Lad McConkey, who I haven't mentioned at this point.
Shout out.
I'm trying not to look at chat either.
Keep thinking that Natty era. Come on.
Give me Josh Robinson, random pull. Elka. Yeah.
Wow.
Random pull. Never even played.
No.
But give me that one. What am I at? 14 now?
You're at 14. You need 4 more.
What was the hint you gave me?
Just keep thinking the Natty
Oh,
era. dude.
Adonai
Come on.
Mitchell.
All right, there you go. That's 15.
That is 15.
Calvin or one of the Ridleys, Riley.
One of the Ridleys.
Oh, buddy, that Terry Godwin.
There you
Give
go.
me that
Yeah.
one. Where am I at? I need 2 more.
You need 2 more.
Micaiah Tongue.
Oh, for
Come
whatever
on.
reason, that was
Come
on my
on.
mind too.
Give me Micaiah Tongue.
Shout out Oregon State.
And linebacker, Oregon State, Micaiah Tongue. I need one
You
more.
can get 1 more. Come
Yeah,
on.
nah. Give me another random off the wall pull. Aaron Smith.
There you
Cleared.
go.
There you
Look
go.
at that.
Cleared.
We might have to start doing time limits on these.
Yeah.
Because if you can sit there and just continue to think, especially if we're giving like 18, like eventually you could probably get to 18 names.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, if you get up to like I can name 30, we'll just clear out. Let you go ahead. And
we'll
rattle
just
off.
do that.
Let you hold that ball.
Yeah, we'll just give you the last 30.
Dribble the air out of it, big boy.
That'll be just Brooks.
I didn't even name George Pickens.
Miles Thornton is crazy.
Miles
You didn't
Thornton
name-
is a pull.
There were a couple of names you left off. You left off Zach Branch.
No, he said Zach Branch.
Oh, he did.
Miles Thornton is a hell of a content creator to be getting shouted out into this.
He is.
Rhett
Because
McGowan.
I don't know if he ever played a snap.
Rhett
Dude,
McGowan.
Rhett McGowan. Those red locks.
Yeah.
27. Wasn't he a punt returner too for
I
Georgia?
believe so.
Former walk-on dude. Just peak Mark Richt air, like catching slants from Aaron Murray. Sometimes they
Ought to
bounce
get
off his
backhanded for getting a 14 before we named Lad McConkey.
chest. Nah, that's all
no
right.
Isaiah McKenzie, no Miko Hardman on that list. I
See,
would have cleared.
eventually
I'd have got
you
there
got there.
eventually.
Like no Kyrus
No
Jackson.
Tavares King.
It feels like such a large number, but then you start doing it, it's like it's not that many. Like that's just a couple of years.
Well, it's funny too
I
because like,
forgot the muscle hamster Makai Muse.
I noticed that when I
yes.
was doing the tight ends, for whatever reason, and I think you were doing the same thing, your brain immediately escapes all of the known names that you
Yes,
know,
dude.
and you
Yeah.
just start going obscure.
You just start
Yeah.
pulling the obscure ones.
Yeah, it's like,
out of the
Eli
crevices.
Wolf.
Oh, he
Duh.
was on sides?
Yeah.
You know?
Tyler Simmons.
He who shall not be.
No, he can be named. That's
Just the
was not his
referee
fault.
can't.
It was not
It
his
wasn't
fault.
his fault. He was on sides,
He
literally.
executed.
Oh, I forgot Jermaine Burton.
All right,
Debatable
Christian.
if that
All
one
right,
counts.
Christian.
Debatable single game receiver record. What are you talking about?
Single game receiving.
Doesn't he have it?
And what?
246. Didn't he go for like 240 against Mississippi State?
He did have.
I thought he broke a
It
record.
was like 180. I want to
He
say.
had like a
I thought-
lot of yards against.
I thought he broke a
Mississippi
record. Maybe most receiving yards by a freshman in a game, something like
that
that.
might be it.
I thought he broke a
But,
record.
even George Pickens broke that in the Sugar Bowl a year before. So
You right.
I don't think Jermaine Burton holds any record.
Lindsey Scott, run.
Yes.
He had 197 versus Mississippi State.
I don't think that's a record.
Baller.
Was it a record?
Let's see.
We didn't even name Terrence Edwards.
Shout out.
record holders.
Damn, TE. That's on me, baby.
Single game receiving. It would be that's receptions, receiving yards. 205 from one Tavares King.
So
Fred
he's-
Gibson is second.
Shout out to was that the Tennessee game?
Michigan State.
Oh, the Capital One Bowl. Yes.
Fred Gibson is second with 201. Lamar Davis in 1942 against Cincinnati had 198. He beat Terrence Edwards' record. Terrence had 196 versus Utah State.
Damn.
The idea that you put up 198 yards in 1942. Yeah. What happened that day?
It's a good question.
They figured out the forward pass.
was that like
Heinz
the first-
Ward? That's a ball player.
Oh yeah, the guy from Dark Knight Rises.
The guy that was on Dancing with the Stars.
So it's wide receivers you want to talk about.
That was my bad, chat. My bad.
They're going to expect one of us in the wreckage, Jonathan.
They are.
Make sure you hit that thumbs up on your way out. I love you.